Let me ask you a question.
You use the car as an example. That's what I'm
Well,
saying.
yeah, but let me ask you a question really
He's
quick. How
mistaken.
long have you been married?
5 years.
5 years. Okay, I've
Five
been
years.
married 4 times longer than you.
That's fine.
You don't know what's going to happen in year 10. You ain't made it that far yet.
That's
All
fine.
I want to say before I digress, because I know you wondering where this is going, your life is proof of concept. Your life, if when you get on here and speak anything other than what you know about, they have a word for you. The definition for you is called an ultra crepidarian. That's someone giving
What's this
advice
one
and
here?
things they have no knowledge or success
Listen
in.
to this.
Now, I can only give knowledge from what I know. I only debate my equals. Everybody else I teach.
Why you doing it? What you doing
Wait,
here?
wait,
Because
time
you're
out,
not
time out.
teaching nobody over
Hold on,
here.
hold on, time
You
out.
are not teaching nobody
Let's
over
do
here,
it.
sir. I have
So
too
now,
many. I'm sorry. I have too many life years over you, sir.
what
You
kind of shit
can't
is
teach
that?
me a goddamn thing. Okay? How old are you, sir?
What kind of shit is that?
What happened, Shane?
Wait, hold on. Okay, so So what kind of shit is that? Because like usually I'll be on a little different energy. I'm feeling real good today, but like
God,
when it comes to what he just said, like we not even talking about the years comparison. I'm saying, nigga, you can't control your wife. You cannot control nobody.
Simply.
That's the point. You can influence, but control. You don't get to dictate the decisions she make. When she step outside of that house, bro, you don't know what she could be doing. You can probably trust her. You hope that she don't
Mhm.
cheat and things like that, because y'all probably built loyalty in a relationship and things of that nature. But control, fam, you don't have that power. You ain't a god.
That's
You don't
that's
have.
a
You don't.
that's
And
a
You,
you
that's
you
a
just
don't.
said
that's those are
something.
two like
You
those are
just
two
said something.
those are
You
two
said you
I
lies.
should
got
Hold
you.
on,
I
probably
got you.
have
let me
Because
rebuttal.
because
Let me
oh,
rebuttal
you
my
hold on,
said
guy.
hold on,
something very
hold on.
poignant.
Allow
You
me to
said
I
you
rebuttal my
could
didn't
let
have
me
interrupt you.
built
allow me
I
to
didn't
loyalty.
rebuttal
interrupt
my
you.
guy.
Moonlight,
I didn't
Moonlight.
Allow me
interrupt
to
you
Hold
not
on,
rebuttal.
one
y'all. Hold
time.
on, y'all. Can we do
I
this?
didn't
Look,
interrupt not one
Shannon.
time.
Yeah, Shannon didn't interrupt.
Because this what I'm
Let
saying.
the
Like,
person land.
we
Let the person
oftentimes
land.
like to say things like they call you this and they call you that, and what real manhood. What he displaying
Hmm.
don't sound nothing like it. Sound like a bitter boy, a
Thank
grown
you.
bitter child. The way
Thank
he
you.
coming across. I've been chill.
Thank you.
I ain't interrupting, coming across, saying all these things. Again, control. If you look at the definition of control, not one of you can do it. You don't get to control what that person does. You can't. That's
That,
the
Thank
point.
you.
You control
You're
your kids
wrong.
when they go to school.
You're
What
wrong.
they what
Now
they do, if they you can influence your kids and raise them up to the best of your ability. But if your child go out there and smack somebody, were you in control of that?
you're wrong. And allow me to rebuttal.
He won't
First,
answer your question because he
first,
know
got
the
you.
answer.
I got you. I
let's
got you, bro.
I just want
Mm-hmm.
to ground I just want to ground the conversation in some truth, and let's go ahead and just get this definition out the way.
We've been in truth. We've been in truth. You ain't got to ground nothing. We're here in truth. He asked you a question and you refused to
hey,
respond.
Moonlight.
Okay.
I
Allow
asked you
me to
not to
ground
do
the
it.
conversation.
Okay, Ali,
Hold on,
I'm a
y'all. Oh,
mute.
thank you.
Control refers to the power, authority, or ability to manage, direct, regulate, and restrain actions or behaviors or functions of people, systems, or objects. Now, two things you said I have to not we were remiss if I did not rebuttal this. First of all, I am a God because I was made in his image, so there's no way I cannot be a God. That's like you saying that you're not your father's son. You are whatever he is. I am a God. So we're gonna get that. I am a God. You might not be a God, but I am a God. So we're gonna get that established. Second of all, based on the definition, I can control and dictate and regulate both my household and my children.
I ain't
But
never heard that.
also to give credence to what you said, you can also lose control and lose the faith of the people that is under your tutelage. But saying that you don't have control and using the extreme like infidelity, that has nothing to do with. I see my control in everything, every aspect of my life. I see my control. I see my control. We're living in abundance. And when we got together, we were both living in lack and limitation. And then I said, look, this is the plan we're gonna do. Look, you need to stay out of Victoria's Secret. This is what we're gonna and in my authority, she yielded to that. And we were able to create a happy, healthy, fruitful, abundant relationship over the last 20 years.
You have a
So
seat, bro.
Congratulations.
I would
I got,
thank you.
I
So
got
because she was willing to cooperate and capitulate, She don't want my position. I don't want hers. Now, when you say control, can it feel malignant? Yes. And y'all wasn't here when we had an hour-long conversation about that. Control or leadership can feel and become malignant, but leadership and control isn't inherently malignant because you can lead in a very benevolent way and you can win an argument in a very magnanimous way, which is what I do when I sit here quiet and let y'all babble along with a bunch of non sequiturs. That's me being magnanimous.
No, that's
That's
you
not that
being a
you want. That's
pompous
not that you
ass.
want
No,
anything. That's
that's
me
you
being
being a pompous
magnanimous.
ass.
All right,
That's you being a
hold on,
pompous
Moonlight. Hold
ass.
on. Since
Actually,
he wanna do it, let's do it.
you.
Everything you described is influence. You did not control that. Like, I don't understand. Do you know like a controller when you
I
play a
just
game?
read the definition of control. Did you
Again,
not get
okay,
the
it say
definition?
people again, and none of that matched what you did. You did not dictate none of those moves. You didn't take
I
over her
did
mind.
dictate. I
Period.
told my
No, you
wife, do
didn't.
not. I told my
Period.
You
wife to
did
You
stay
not.
out of
told your
Josh, you're not
dictation.
wife.
listening.
You
You did not
controlled
take
and
over
told
her
her.
mind, spirit, and body and make her do nothing.
That one
She
was in.
chose to cooperate. You said control, and then you use a word saying she chose to align. Nigga, it was a choice then. So that's not control.
Because
It had no
cooperation
control.
is a choice.
And hold on,
And it's
hold on.
control.
And let's go, because I didn't interrupt you. And
Crazy
another
as hell.
thing, stop, nigga, ain't no black guys in America. I don't want to hear
Thank
nothing about
you.
no.
No,
I don't want
no,
to hear.
see,
No,
Now
we
he a
gonna do it.
five
We gonna do it.
percenter.
when
OJ,
Sorry,
you're
Ali.
I am not a
I'm
nigga.
on
you
mute.
said it.
I
You
am
said
you're a
it.
nigga. I'm
You
not a
said.
nigga.
I know that's. Well, I didn't say
You're a
that word.
nigga. I'm
I
not a
don't.
nigga.
I don't want to
When you
hear
got
nothing
on here,
about.
Shannon, I told you peace,
Ali,
King. When
hold
Ali
on.
got on here, I said peace,
I got
King.
you. Hold on.
I
Pause.
don't
Pause.
call me no
Shannon, hold on,
nigga.
One
You're
second.
a
one
nigga.
I
second.
didn't
Hold on,
call
I'm
you
a
hold on.
nigga.
king. I'm a
Shannon,
Did I say
god.
Shannon,
You're a
nigga?
Shannon,
nigga.
Shannon,
Did I
hold
say
on.
nigga?
866.
If
Respect
I
it.
said nigga, then my
Hold
fault.
on, Shannon,
However,
Shannon.
I said
Oh,
there's no
Shannon,
black.
Shannon, hold on, so we can control of this, right? 6. They
Mm.
stopped, and Shannon muted himself so you can talk, fam. You gotta let them land, so then you can rebuttal them. And Moonlight, when they going back
Yes.
and forth, let them land, whoever you're gonna rebuttal, so we can have the actual conversation. Otherwise, y'all just talking over each other. So
Yes,
it's
sir.
Shannon's turn. 6, please give him the ground to speak, and then you can rebuttal. And then Moonlight, if you want to go, let him land, and then it's your turn as well too. So we can have a conversation instead of people talking over each other. But 6, he gave you the ground earlier. Please give him the ground to land as well too, please.
Yeah.
And by the way, much love to the 400 people that's in the building. Please like and subscribe. Anybody that's on the panel, if you have a YouTube as well too, you're more than welcome to stream on your side as well too. Jada 6. I don't know if Savage got a YouTube, but if you have a YouTube, Moonlight, I know you do. You are more than welcome to hit that stream. Some of y'all might not monetize yet. I don't know who hasn't monetized. You're more than welcome to stream to your audience and hit that button as well too. If you're already streaming, y'all, and y'all got people on the other side, please like, please subscribe, please share, and please donate to their channels as well too. Okay, let me do this real quick before I get fired as well too. All right, y'all, hold on.
It's time for some super chats.
Much love to my sister Doris. She hit us with a $10 PayPal. I truly appreciate the support and donation from you all the time, man. Much love to you, the legendary Doris.
We just got $10, kinfolk. You know what that means, right? We back on our feet again. I ain't gonna hold you. Support be healing people.
Yes, support be healing people, y'all. And by the way, y'all, the main goal of the Cash App, y'all, I love y'all hit that every single time so I could take my girl shopping, get her some Amazon, take my kids, get them something as well too. The Cash App only, that goal is my favorite goal to be met, man, so I could help my family out too, because we love the kids and we love our women, right? Everybody, I do love the fact that everybody on the panel, at least we can all agree, love our women, right? I would say that, right? It's just the control part that we have an issue with, even though we're going to get to that definition, I believe, was red, but we still struggling with that part, but we'll get to that. My brother PCZ hit us with $100 Cash App, just a little something for your pain and suffering. I saw every minute of last weekend's nonsense. Some very high-end clowns try to surround you with every trick in the book, but you were ferocious and light on your toes. It was remarkable. Much love to you, my brother, for the $100 Cash
Ali,
App.
he said he didn't have your money, but we made sure he coughed it up.
Thank you for the $100, fam. Don't make us run you down for it.
All right, and then much love, and then much love. Let me see who's next. I done hit the wrong button. My sister Zyrax gifted us with a membership. Much love to you, my sister, for gifting us a membership. I truly appreciate
And I'm bad like
it.
the Barbie. I'm a doll, but I still want to party.
And then my brother Truth with the $10 super chat. Authority is control. Leading is having control in the direction the relationship is going. Women follow the leader. Women follow power. Power has a way of controlling the situation. Argue with. And then my sister with Doris with a $2 super chat. What happened? We still trying to find out. The original OC, original CMC with the $2 super chat. Salute, Ilkan. Good to see you, bro. Much love to you, my brother. Good to see you as well, too. And then my brother, the sophisticated jerk with the $5 super chat. What is the definition of control? I believe my brother, Six read it. Control refers to the ability to redirect or direct, manage, regulate, or influence something so that it behaves in the desired way. Remember that. That ain't actually controlling them. It's directing, regulating, and influencing. So I think that's what Six is trying to get to. And I think we conflating of trying to literally make somebody do it versus influencing them, directing them, and trying to get a desired outcome, especially if the man is leading. But I do get my brother Shannon's opinion as well too. You can't always control or direct and manage and influence your kids or your woman to do what you're asking for that desired outcome. So if you lose control of her, that's her choice. If she wants to be under your control, that's your choice as well too, depending on her outcome. But we're conflating the toxic control over the leadership control. My brother, let me see. My brother Jason Jameson, salute Ali panel and chat. Much love to you, my brother. And then my brother Leslie Click K with the $10 super chat. Hope all is well, fam. Keep your head up. I would love to see reconciliation take place through place those selfishly. OCS, OFC. Much love to you, my brother. I truly appreciate that. And then the sophisticated jerk with a $5 super chat. Standards are a form of control. People who don't like control tend to lack standards. My sister Wanda gifted us with another membership, and then my brother Jameson gifted us with another membership as well. Too much love to y'all. And then my sister Wanda again, loyalty is a choice, whereas control is a power dynamic. Much love to you, my sister Wanda. Then my brother Thomas Legacy, don't get caught on the drama news. Much love to you, my brother. YP the GOAT with the $5 super chat. Much love to you, support, man. Truly appreciate that. And then Jason Jameson with the $2 super chat. Untouchables. Much love to you, my brother, again with the $2 super chat. And then let me see. Mont with the $5 super chat. Submission is voluntary. Once someone submits, you have control. A woman gives you control. And then Mont again with the $5 super chat. If it's a choice and not control, is it possible for someone to give control? And then my brother Jameson with the $2 super chat. Much love to you, my brother. I truly appreciate that as well too. And then let me see. My sister again hit us with a $10 cash app. Much love to you. We only need, let me see, $88 more in the cash app, y'all, and we just need, I believe, 17 more memberships to reach all our goals. All right. And then my brother Bat works with the $2 cash app as well too. Much love to you, my brother. I truly appreciate it as well. So we're gonna get the savage, and then we're gonna open up the panel. And I guess we got to figure out what control actually means versus what it's being conflated to mean as well too, y'all. Because obviously, if you got kids and you directing your kids, you in control of them until they go out of control. So we gotta. I would think everybody up here is in control of their kids. Nobody would say you're not in control of your kids. If you're not in control of your kids, you know somebody coming up to your house with a folder in their hand. Savage.
Well, let's not forget loyalty.
Ali, you played a clip of a young lady saying something. Can you play that again? Because I think people forgot what we were talking about.
Yes, because I believe a lot of times,
right,
sisters will say they don't want control, and in reality, they may want control. But again, that gets conflated to something else. I'm not going to put too much on it yet, but let's see the video so we see what we all got from it. Okay.
You're not gonna do what I say, I don't want to date you. There, I said it. There, I said it. Unfortunately, I do like men that want me to boss them around. I do. You're the head of the household, but I'm the fucking boss. You clock into the house, which is mine.
Does anybody got to see that again? One more time.
If you're not gonna do what I say, I don't want to date you. There, I said it. There, I said it. Unfortunately, I do like men that want me to boss them around. I do. You're the head of the household, but I'm the fucking boss. You clock into the house, which is mine.
Does anybody need to see it one more time?
I don't actually need to see it again. I just had a question.
No.
It seems like she wanted to basically tell someone what to do. It didn't seem like she was actually looking for loyalty in that video.
Say that again.
It didn't seem like that particular woman that you played was looking for loyalty. It just seemed like she wanted to be with someone that she could tell what to do.
Oh, if it's not, I would ask the sisters on the question first before I get to the brothers. Do most sisters go, I love this man just the way he is, I'm about to cooperate and be under his direction and influence, or do they try to change a man typically?
Try to change a man.
Don't get too quiet. Don't get too quiet now.
Women try to change a man.
Oh, you asked. I'm sorry. Go ahead, T. I'm sorry. I thought he was going in order.
I'm asking the sisters. Do women typically go, oh my God, that's him. I'm not trying to change nothing about him. I accept him just like he is. I accept his motivation, his direction, his influences. Do they go, hey, I got to change him?
They try to change him.
Okay,
That's
Chris, just real quick before y'all get context. Chris, do they try to change him or they accept him just like he is?
And you're asking me what I think most women do. You know, I have to clarify this.
I know you already,
because my mind is different from the question you're asking me. So
yeah,
y'all be doing clicks.
Not you, Chris.
Be clear.
Not you, but
not you,
most.
the other Chris.
Okay. So ask me the question again, and I'm going to answer in a we perspective.
Do most women go? Do most women accept they man just like they are? I see Moonlight smiling and go, oh my God, this is him. I'm taking on his direction. I'm listening to this brother. I'm cooperating. I believe in everything that he's doing. I don't need him to change whatsoever. Or do most women want their man to change?
Yes, I do believe that there are a majority of women that will want a man to change. But let me preface that by saying this.
I'll let you go first. Go first.
Okay.
I'm coming right back to you.
Please, because
Jada,
that by itself.
Yes, I got him. Or do they want to change him?
This is good.
Oh, me?
Yes.
Yeah, they want to change. They want to change him. I would love to give.
Right after Chris.
Okay.
The ladies can go first, if that's okay with the brothers, right? Because we love our ladies, right? Savage, do most women go, yes, I got him, or she try to change him?
I gotta break it down.
Not yet. Chris gotta go. Chris, I know you give context. Let Chris go, then Jada go, then you can go. Because everybody want to get context. I'm just saying, women go, yes, love it, or want to change them. Typically.
Yes or no, Savage?
Cause y'all, man, this makes my stomach hurt. Okay.
I know, because she want to give context, boy. She want to talk about it.
How about this? A healed woman. Okay. No, she's not gonna want to change him.
I like that. I like the way Savage is too much.
But no. But again, in the United States of these America, she's trying to change him.
Yeah, she gonna build a bear him.
How about you, Smell the Roses? In your experience?
My experience.
You see most women generally go, I love him just like the way he is, or they try to change him.
They're trying to change him into being the man they want him to be. That's why most of them don't have a man, because nobody's sticking around for that.
Oh my God. Hold on real quick. Oh my God. Moonlight, I know you're the truth teller. I know you're transparent. Do most women accept that man just like he is, or do they spend about most of the relationship trying to change this guy?
I like what Savage said in the beginning. A healed woman is not going to try.
Yes, I understand what y'all trying to. But do most women try to change this man or keep him the same?
I would say keep him the same.
All right, go ahead, my sister Chris. I'll ask the brothers real quick too, though. My brother Shannon, do most women try to change this man or they want him to stay the same? You on your mic?
Can't hear you.
My bad. I keep pressing the mic on here.
All
Yeah,
right,
they'll probably try to change him in certain different ways, of course.
Okay. Thank you, sir. And how about you, Six?
I concur.
Okay. All right, Chris. Go ahead. Get the
All
context,
right.
Chris.
Okay. So this is the context that I want to give, right? So what I believe in regard to that, I don't believe a seasoned woman with a good amount of wisdom in her would be with a man that she felt like she actually had to change, because I believe in a relationship, you're going to grow and you're going to evolve. I don't believe there's any perfect man or perfect woman out there. Everybody is going to have some quirks that a man or a woman is not going to like. So I think going into it, now I'm talking about a seasoned woman, since we're talking about a woman, a seasoned woman with a good amount of wisdom on her is going to be with the man that she sees has leadership qualities in him, that she's willing to yield, as necessary for them to take, leadership and do what they're going to do. So that's what I mean by that. But yes, depending on where a woman's mindset is, she may be trying to change a man. That's what I wanted to add.
One question before we go to Jada. Have you ever tried to change a man to what you wanted him to be versus accepting him for who he was?
Say it again. I'm sorry.
Have you ever tried to change a man that you were dealing with to what you wanted him to be versus what he was, and you just accepted him how he was? Did you ever try to change a man?
No, I made a lot of foolish decisions and accepted him how he was because of lack of experience and naivety.
No, which means you would have changed him if you could.
Would I have changed him if I could, if I decided to be with him at a younger age? Because I'm talking, I explained the seasoned woman. Yes, at a younger age, yes, I would have liked, and mainly the issue was cheating. I would have liked for him not to, be cheating. I wanted him to be loyal, because that's what we were talking about. So
Okay.
Yeah.
So they be cheating it out there, don't they? Go ahead, Jay.
Like you don't know.
I ain't no cheat. Trying to put my name out there like that. I ain't never cheat. Black man don't cheat.
There was somebody ahead of me before I break it down. Who was ahead of me?
Go ahead, Jay.
Okay, so I think that all women want to change a man. Now, I want to speak on why I think so spiritually. I'll start with that. So I think it's because we're designed to be the man's helper, helpmate, and when you break that down, it's rescuer, right? She comes in to help him with whatever he's lacking. Now, I think that all women scan and look at the man of what he's lacking to help build him. It's supposed to be to help build him up. And I even teach women, to be like the backup cop, like only when he calls for help, not to come running in and trying to take over. So I think that's something that we do. And so we're not trained on exactly how to be a helper of man. Two, I think that kind of bleeds into the unhealed woman. So the unhealed woman is always looking and scanning for threats. So she's constantly looking at his weaknesses, and then she magnifies those so much because she wants him to be strong. So she's always constantly looking for weaknesses and then testing those weaknesses to see if he's still weak in those areas. And then I think third, then you have the woman who is looking on social media and seeing different examples here and there of other men and what they're doing. And she's like, oh, that's who you need to be. And then we could be happy, or I'll be happy. I'll be fulfilled. The relationship will be better if we look like this, or if you look like this, man, you're more in your Bible, you're more in your word, or you have more money. Like that's where I think what we're originally supposed to be, which is, have the tools on the side for when he needs rescuing. Instead, it kind of bleeds into a toxic way of being a man's helper. And we actually aren't a man's helper, where we end up breaking him down instead of building him up. So that's why.
So you saying there's women that want men to meet her demands, and then there's women who want to help their men meet God's plan, right?
Yes, there we go.
God's plan. Go ahead, Savage.
This topic still make my stomach hurt. But I'm gonna just keep it a buck. I'm gonna be real with you, because I got to. The truth is, in my personal opinion, which is not a fact, that man gonna change regardless. I learned from being in a 9-year relationship. He's gonna grow more like me, and I'm gonna grow more like him. My speech and my music and even the way I think is going to change. It's become more like him. And he's going to become more open-minded. He's going to kind of mold himself into me in a sense. we're going to become one, whether we like it or not, because we up under each other just that much. So the thing is, it's important for you to go into a relationship healed with all the aspects and things that you want in the partner. You need to make sure you have those things within yourself first before you go requesting for somebody to be anything, because people are a reflection of you. So if you don't like the man that you're dealing with, he probably just like you, and you're not used to being on the receiving end of your BS. So if you got your stuff together, then you're gonna meet a brother that got his stuff together, because that's when your discernment gonna come in, and you're gonna be able to roll out the bad flags. Like, okay, yeah, that don't align with me. That's not it. That's not that. But then you mess up when you get with a brother and you be like, I want him to fill in for my insecurities. I want him to do this and I want him to be that, because it's gonna make me feel better. It's gonna make me feel confident. It's gonna make me feel strong and secure. It's not about you. You should be ready to pour into somebody, not take from somebody. So I think until a woman understands who she is and gets some self-awareness and accountability, then you ain't got to worry about wearing no bad brother. That's not a problem. You're not going to want to change him that much, but he will merge into you. So make sure you got your stuff together.
Does anybody have any rebuttal for that one? Nobody?
I just will add, like, you can only get in a relationship with someone with you're how do I explain it? Like what she said, I'm not rebuttaling, I'm actually agreeing. Like how she said you never seen yourself on the receiving end. Like if you're not like that person, you wouldn't be attracted to it in the first place. So that was good.
You don't think that people can be attracted to something that they're not either? Like you don't think good people attract good and bad people?
Yeah, but I think, yeah, definitely.
You know, because a lot of times we'll say opposites attract, or you attract what you are. Like we have two of them: opposites attract, or you attract what you are.
Ali,
so, you know, yes, ma'am.
Just because you attract a good person don't mean you can keep a good person, because you might be the problem. So you could attract whoever you want to, but you staying, that will determine anything. That's why I tell like my friends, just because you can get a good man don't mean you can keep a good man. You got to make sure your stuff makes sense. You can get whatever you want to get, but is it gonna stick?
Right. You're absolutely right. That, Moonlight, that's you?
Yeah, that's me. And I like it. Did is it still dark now? Am I good?
Yes, ma'am. Just press refresh real quick.
Okay, refresh real quick.
They're trying to stop you.
I know. Jeez, I can't be great, y'all.
Yeah, I don't like when they be doing that.
Oh, damn, y'all. One moment. How am I looking now? Nothing?
Oh, you still definitely dark.
All right, I'll be right back.
Okay. Smell Rose, were you gonna give context as well too? I thought somebody else was going. There's one more person that was gonna give context.
No, I thought Savage said that beautifully. I was gonna say, Savage, don't be afraid to cook. Okay, like I understand that your experience on the panels always aren't so good, but you're in good company. You should feel good about your cooking.
But Shannon, are you fine with that definition when they saying that the control is the way it is worded about the directing or the motivating or regulating or influencing the person to do it versus the other control that people try to conflate it to that has nothing to do with the definition?
Wait, were you talking to me?
Yes, sir.
Oh no, can you repeat that, bro? I ain't
Are you fine with that? Are you fine with that?
No,
The actual definition when it says control refers to the ability to direct, manage, regulate, or influence something to behave in a desired way. It's not literally trying to force the person to do it.
The only conflation that he had was originally, bro, he equated control to leadership. If you clip live, he used leadership and control.
Hold on, let him finish your six. Let him land, bro. And you
it's not. Let me get the definition. I already got it up. Leadership is the ability to influence.
Yes.
Now I want y'all, because we have to start breaking down words here. We'll take all night because I like words. Influence is not control. I just want y'all to understand that. I don't know why we getting so goddamn few. Leadership is the ability to influence, inspire, and guide individuals or teams towards achieving a shared vision or goal. Now go look up the goddamn word of control, and bro, the influence is not control. Authority. To be a leadership, bro, you don't have to have authority. Like you're conflating multiple different words and they don't add up. So That's the only thing I was getting hung on. It's not the same thing. Influence is not control. But if you want to take those words and do that, then that's fine. But like, okay. And what human being? You're a grown ass woman.
Excuse me.
Your whole life, and for a man to come in your life
to control you,
dictate every single move that you make, you ain't got no mind of your own.
I agree.
Now I find that now, if that's the woman that you want to be, and if that's the woman that a man's looking for, go find her, because obviously they're out there. Now, why aren't the men marrying those women?
Thank you.
That's all I want to know. Because you obviously have the good woman that's willing to corroborate, agree with your rhetoric, love on you, want you to lead and be, just straight fall in line, but yet y'all ain't marrying them women. And they obviously out there. Now that's what ticked me off. But again, these words, bro, words have meanings, and when you start breaking down the words, bro, there's no comparison. Authority and leadership, not the same thing.
They are synonymous. They're very much synonymous. But I will concede to this. For the most part, people knowledge and awareness is limited by their observable reality. And maybe you don't have enough lived experience to understand that. Your relationship is still a baby. Right, you and your
mindset is still a boy.
May I?
Okay. Hold on, wait. Hey,
let me finish. I didn't cut you off.
I'm not finna let you.
I didn't cut you. I didn't cut you off.
Be honest. When you start taking shots, I'm gonna be that nigga.
Shannon. Yes, sir.
If he start taking shots,
yes, sir.
I'm not saying nothing about him. Your lived experience, because nigga, I'm trying to. Because if we start doing that, I'm gonna start thinking your wife a slave. That's why I'm starting thinking.
You're free to think. You're free to think whatever you want.
Thank you.
You're free to think whatever you want. But I'm
doing the.
You're free. Well, I will not stop doing that. I will not stop doing that.
Don't do me.
I will do that. I absolutely will do that. But I'm gonna advise you.
Because you see how you bringing me up. I'm
may I clear something up?
Hold on real quick.
Okay.
I wanted to.
I'm gonna advise you to quit referring to me as a nigga. When you look in the mirror, you see a nigga. So I'm gonna need you to go ahead and capture that word before it leave your mouth. Capture that word before it leave your mouth.
Go look at a dollar. Do you see any black people?
Capture that word. You want to relegate a god to something physical?
I want to see some.
You're gonna relegate. You want to try to conflate something spiritual into something physical.
We got conquered.
That's asinine.
Black kings. I don't see no kingdom.
That's asinine.
Stop referring to yourself
to
be something that you're not. You're not a god.
No, you're not. You're not a king. You're a boy.
You're not a king. You don't.
I am definitely a king.
No, you don't.
I do. I definitely own. I definitely own quite a few
land
things
that the white man got.
I know the white man got your apartment.
You not know that.
The white man got the apartment you live in.
You a regular nigga.
No, you're regular.
That's what you is.
There's nothing about me is regular. If you don't want
me to use that word, I will say you a black man. But don't you dare say you a god. You ain't no god, little boy.
I am a god.
Stop talking to me.
I am a god.
No, you not. You gonna pass away and you're not gonna re-erect. I'm resurrect.
I will leave. I will leave this vessel.
I promise.
But I am not my vessel.
Yeah, you're gonna meet up with the Lord. You're not the God.
I am not my vessel.
You're not a God. Okay, go tell these white people
you're not a God.
Go get us out of systematic racism. Show me your pineal gland. Open the pineal gland up. Activate your godly like powers, nigga, and lead us into a rebellion.
I did activate. I activated.
I want to see it. I
activated my God. I activated my God. I activated.
The N-word. Why do you keep calling him the N-word?
Because he can only attest from his observable reality.
Then why is he continuing to be condescending to this man?
He's around niggas, so he sees himself as a nigga. I understand that he can only attest from his observable reality.
He's pompous. That's why. He's pompous.
The truth should never be insulting.
Now, when I go off,
if the truth is insulting,
so he's
if the truth is insulting, I mean you are a lover of lies.
I don't even know why you asking why he's calling him the N-word when he's being insulted.
You know what? I'm gonna take the high road. I won't say the A word again. The N ended with the A. Black man. All right, but as soon as you start saying stuff like your lived experience, brother, I ain't taking no shots at you. So don't get mad when you get the same.
What part of what I said? Hold on. Let me repeat what I said, and you tell me what part is untrue. Let me
Bro,
repeat.
once you
Allow
start
me,
trying to
my
dig
brother. I'm
into
gonna
my
need you to
life,
regain control of your emotional stability for a second, so I
I
can
don't
talk.
have it. I only have influence, nigga. I only have influence over it. I only have influence over it. Goddamn, I only have
I'm not
influence.
a nigga.
Now, see, you
I'm
see
not a
how I
nigga.
just
You
said
did it
you see how
again.
I just
You
said the
did it
A word
again.
again. You see how I
You
just
did
said
it
the A word
again.
again. I'm gonna keep doing it.
Let
I'm
let
gonna keep
let
doing it.
me
Stop trying to
allow
dig
me
into stop trying to take shots at me and start addressing that prompt.
allow me to repeat what I said, and then you tell me what part is untrue. For the
Oh, please
most
tell me.
part, people
Yep.
can only agree, disagree, or relate based on their lived experience and their observed reality. What part of that is untrue?
The second part you said after maybe you have. Again, when you start being
No, 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 no.
condescending,
Listen, Linda.
I don't care about
You
that.
asked him
That's the
What
six,
point I
six,
part?
six,
responded
six,
to.
six.
Six.
You gotta let a six.
That's the point I
Six. Hold on,
responded to.
Shannon.
I
Shannon,
didn't
hold on.
say nothing
Shannon,
about
Shannon,
all
hold
the
on,
stuff.
family. Hold on, Shannon. Six.
I didn't
You
say
gotta
nothing
let
about all that.
you gotta let him respond though, fam. Like he's letting you
He did
respond.
respond, but he missed the
No, I
plot, so
He
I
didn't.
not
want to
no, you
reword
asked him
it.
a question. No, but you asked fam, you
No,
gotta
you
let
Yes.
him
asked the
land.
question.
The
I'm
six
answering it. Nothing about what you said. That wasn't the part I responded to. Play the
What
clip.
part did you
I didn't say.
respond
I
to?
didn't say the part where you said maybe you have. Stop trying to dig into somebody. That you've been doing it all goddamn day on the panel, fam.
it's condescending. You saying some
Yeah.
you
Like
make
that's what I'm talking about.
references,
You ain't no life coach.
Yeah.
You a fraud, nigga.
Hold
Yeah.
on,
No,
Shannon.
Sorry,
Hey, Shannon,
sorry.
and when
My bad. It slipped.
and
no.
six,
It
and then when they
slipped.
respond,
You were not regular. I've never called nobody out their name. I've been called a fraud, an asshole,
Oh my
pompous.
God,
But
let's
when you
do
go
it.
back, no. When
He
you go back
lying.
and
but you
watch
being
this, I
six,
haven't
six,
called anyone out their name. And if
So he
I
been
can
doing it
take
the
what
whole
they're
time. The
saying,
live is
they're gonna have
recorded.
to take what I'm saying.
no six. You
The
can't. Hey,
live is
six.
recorded.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Hey, six. If someone feels disrespect, not just feel, and is being condescending, is disrespectful, and they want to respond in the manner they respond, you can't be upset with them.
Time for
By
that
the way,
fake.
you
When did I
Time for
express
that
I was
fake shit,
upset?
nigga.
I have not yelled. They yelled. They're losing control of their emotional stability. I haven't yelled. I've
Influence.
accepted everything they said, but they don't have the skin or the intellect to do the same. When
There
you
you
go
go
back and
again.
watch this,
see?
I allowed them to talk. I allowed them to name call just the nigga word. I don't think anybody on this panel is a nigga. So it ain't just me. I
What do
don't
you
think
expect?
Shannon is a nigga,
No,
even
no.
though he's
If you
behaving
want to,
like one.
no, six, a six. If you
Oh
trying
wait,
to have a
wait,
hold on,
behaving
Shannon,
like
Shannon,
hold on,
Shannon, hold on, Shannon, Shannon.
behaving like
Go ahead,
who?
go ahead.
Behaving like what?
A nigga, you're behaving like one.
Oh, I got you. So when you being condescending, when you trying to take shots at the woman that was up here moonlight, we can't respond to you in a manner that you trying to. Obviously, you want some smoke. I'm where
You can.
smoke at. Say, fam, I'm where smoke at. I love smoke. If you want to say I'm acting like a nigga, I'm the same way in public. I'm the same way in person. I'm the same person everywhere. I don't switch up. When you start being condescending, I'm gonna respond to your ass. I'm gonna cuss you out. I'm gonna do all this stuff because that's what
Well,
I do. If you don't
if
like
you
it, fam,
feel if you
stop
feel
being condescending.
well, my intellectual rebuttals, if
You're
it's
not
condescending
smart.
to, if they're condescending, I never said I was smart. You said
You're
that. I
not an
said my intellectual
intellectual, fam.
rebuttals.
Fam,
I
you're
ground the
not
conversation in
intellectual.
realism.
No, you're not. Nothing about what you're saying is real. You don't even know the
Well, I
difference
had
between
to first give
words.
you a definition
You
of what
don't know the
control was
definition
because you kept.
between words.
No, I gave you a
Does leadership
definition of
have,
what
watch
control
this?
was
Does
because you
leadership,
continue to.
how is leadership and control in the same thing? Tell it.
Because
Explain.
leadership has to do with authority, and so does control. It has to do with
The word
authority, power,
authority
and
in
influence.
leadership. Is
Yes,
the
there
word
is.
authority in the definition?
Okay, so with control, people obey out of fear, but with
Goodness
leadership,
gracious.
people follow out of respect. And with submission, which is
Definition.
the issue with the lady in the clip that Ali just played over and over again, people choose to align because they feel safe and confident in the leader that they chose.
But
That's still not
let me say
But
that's
there
control.
a
is
half. Let me
That's
say
not
this.
the
That's a half truth.
definition.
That's a half truth because
That's
just because
not the
someone has
definition.
to,
Do we want to read the definition
that's
again?
allow me to speak. Capture those words. Capture those words. Put them back in your think tank real quick. Just because someone has control over you, it doesn't inherently mean you're in fear of them. So don't
Oh, Jesus Christ.
conflate control with inherent fear because you can have control.
Yeah, your children aren't
Your
in
wife
fear of you. Right, right.
your wife will submit
That's
to
not
control.
control.
Babe,
Yeah.
you're better with finances.
Not
Or
Here, you tell
control.
driving.
us what to do.
Right.
She's not submitting to you out of
Not
fear. She say
control
you're better
again.
with finances, so you handle the finances. That's
Ali,
her
read
giving
the
you
two
control.
definitions.
That's her. Brother, are you gonna allow me to speak?
Read the two definitions, and then
I'm
we'll
not
talk
gonna
about it.
read any. I'm not gonna reiterate that. I'm not gonna be your kindergartner teacher. You got to do it on your own time.
No, no,
bro,
he said he
fam,
asked me.
you
He
don't
asked
know
me.
the
Hold on,
definition
hold
between
on, y'all.
words. You're
Hold on,
trying
y'all.
to
So
act
let's
like a
so
super
look.
intellectual, but
So
you're not
influence.
smart. I'm trying to tell you.
Hold on,
I
Shannon.
know guys
Shannon.
like you. I
Hold on, real quick, Shannon.
understand. You
You
want to
asked me to
make
read it.
yourself up to be
Go ahead.
this
He get
smart
it.
person. You a life coach. You think you got this super intellectual mind where you can break down. You're not smart. I literally, if you read the definition of the words, they don't go hand in hand. Influence will never be the same thing as control. You don't control your kids. You influence your household. If that kid start jumping upside in that bed and you tell them to stop, guess what? You told them to stop because of the bass in your voice, probably, and they did it again. If your wife go to work and punch somebody in the face, even though you told her not to act up, guess what? You didn't control that. When your kids step outside your domain and get into some trouble, you didn't control that. You can't even control whether your kids go to jail or not. If they do something dumb, you don't get to control every action that a person does because there's a such thing called free god dang will.
Well,
And they can do whatever they want to do. It's influence.
Let him land.
you're
Six,
trying
let
to
him
use.
land. Let him land.
It's
Six, let him
influence.
land.
I'm done. It's influence. You
Okay, well,
can
let
do
me
your
speak.
best.
But let him
You can do
respond.
your best.
Right now,
My
you can't say.
last 10 seconds.
Wait, he
That
just
was
said
messed
that
up.
he
That was
said he
messed
was
up.
done. He said he was done.
My bad.
He
5
messed
seconds.
up.
You can do your best. You can do your best to raise your kids in the right way. As long if they go out and do something, bro, was you in control of that? If they get into trouble, if they go to jail, was you in control of that? I'm asking you a question. Was you in control of that? Or was that them?
Is he frozen?
No, I'm not frozen.
Okay.
See, I can't do it. Hey, bro. Hey, y'all have a good one. Y'all go.
Why are you leaving? Oh,
So what he did was meandered and conflated
let it
an
go.
extreme with cheating and losing control of your kids and controlling every aspect. And I don't think no one on this panel, not me or no one, said you have to control every aspect of everyone. He
Right.
was
I don't even
conflating.
know how did we get here on
He
that.
was well. We got here because he could not keep up with the plot, and I made it simple. And just because you use a bunch of non sequiturs and talk fast and in a bombastic manner doesn't mean you correct. And when I sit here, my kindness is in my silence. So if you guys want me to be kind, don't you notice when you sit here and say a bunch of stupid shit, I don't say nothing? My kindness is in my silence. But when it's my turn to talk, I'm going to ground the conversation in intellect and truth, not emotion and not an opinion. And if you cannot handle that, then you shouldn't be an interlocutor on this panel because we're all
Sir,
talking.
please. Sir,
No,
please.
I
no,
mean, he
but
just
Sir,
rage
please.
quit for no
Um,
reason.
no, he didn't.
you,
I don't know.
you are pompous, and that's what is annoying. You need to know how to land your plane without appearing condescending. It's
Why?
difficult for you, sir.
Why do I need to
It
do that?
is, you know what? You are intellectual and you do have intellect and experience. But the way you come across so dogmatic, it is borderline belligerent. And
Well,
it's hard to.
dogmatic.
And are you hearing? I'm sorry, you
Pragmatic
want to be in
seems
control.
dogmatic.
Hold on. Let her
You
land.
want to
Pragmatic. Go
be
ahead.
Six,
in
let her land.
control of this conversation, and you're not because I'm giving you my perspective. Now you can talk to this one up here or that one to the side who wants control.
Ma'am,
I'm not here
let,
competing with you against control, sir. You can have control, but what I'm sharing with you is you're dogmatic in how you're
ma'am,
landing your plane. And
ma'am,
maybe that's what irritated him.
your opinion to
Okay?
me is between you and
And
God. I
your
never asked you
opinion
that.
of
Moonlight, let him
and
land.
you hit
Moonlight, let
this
him land.
channel,
Moonlight,
you hit
Moonlight, let
this
him land.
channel, and
Moonlight,
you
let him
talking
land.
about
Moonlight.
everybody you
No, do y'all have a
teach.
problem with letting each other land? Moonlight, let him land, please.
Nino Nation.
It's crazy.
He's talking about
Go
he
ahead, sis.
teaches. Who you teaching? You ain't
I,
teaching me.
No,
I
We
but
know
can
I'm
have
not.
this
six.
conversation.
There's no way, A6. There's no way if we're gonna lead a community, we're gonna lead the people, we're gonna lead a nation, and we said we're gonna have a intellectual conversation, a respectful conversation. And then when you're saying condescending things, you don't think you're gonna get that response, especially when you're gonna be a leader. If we're gonna be leaders, you're saying things that's warranting them the manner they responded to you, and then you're calling them out for responding to you that in that way.
Well, this is how a debate goes because I'm going to rebuttal any. Let me say something. I'm going to rebuttal any piece of malarkey that comes up out of anybody's mouth out here.
Nothing's wrong with
One,
that.
you just let me say this. You said we have 400 people watching this. When I get on any one of these platforms, because I don't try to monetize this. I don't need this. When I'm here to impart knowledge on my people so that we can coalesce in harmony and create strong family units, and we can have a happy, healthy, fruitful, abundant family unit. That's what the message I disseminate, I preach, teach, and I'm the purveyor of. Anybody that gets in the way of that, we're going to debate, and I will debunk any kind of malarkey. Now, you cannot gainsay anything I say because it's tried and true, and my life is a testament to that. Moonlight has
Yes, sir.
a personal vendetta, which is fine. But what she thinks of me,
Sir, I don't have a
let
personal
me finish.
vendetta, sir.
Can you
Please,
control your mouth?
when you do that,
Hold
don't
on.
Can you
describe my
control your
person,
mouth?
sir.
I'll let you
Hold on.
speak.
Hold
I'll
Do
on.
let you
not
speak.
describe my person, sir. We're having a
I'll
difficult
let you
exchange
speak.
on this.
Moonlight,
I'll
Do
let
not
you speak. Allow
Moonlight, you
me to
get to
describe.
speak.
respond. Moonlight,
Do
you get to
not
respond. Hey,
describe
Moonlight,
my
that y'all,
person.
that's not gonna. Hey, Moonlight, y'all doing this like y'all doing the same thing to each other. Instead of us talking over each other, let him land and you respond to him. We can't hear y'all, but you gonna get the mic. No one else getting the mic except for you because he's referring to you. So then he gets to respond to you. All I'm saying is six. All they did, they simply disagreed. Both of them
Which is
never,
fine.
but they never took a.
When you call me out my name, you taking a shot. But
I didn't take no.
Listen.
They didn't say nothing until you were being condescending
Listen,
towards them. Six.
listen. How you what you perceive as condescending that has nothing to do with me. That's between you and God.
That
You
don't
can
make.
leave that. You don't have to tell me that because no
So
one's
you
going to
get it.
dictate. No one's
You
going to
get to
dictate
control
my
that. You get to
verbiage.
control. So you get to control if you feel disrespected or not, or if you're going to disrespect someone or not. If you going to take it that far, if you say you God to nobody on this panel is God body too.
No. That's not what I'm saying.
No,
Again,
but should you
no.
respect?
That's not even what I'm showing. When they disrespect me, call me out my name and start talking, I remain in silence until they get done. It ain't till they
No,
take a
you
pause.
didn't. Six. You
It ain't
didn't.
till
No,
they
you
take
didn't.
a pause. Till they take a pause where I try to interject. And if they keep going, then I'll be quiet
But that's
again
not how
and
it went. Hey,
let them
hold on,
get there.
six.
I just
That's not
let
how it. So
Moonlight get
six.
her
Hold on,
whole
six.
point
Hold on.
off
So,
and never
so six.
interrupted her.
So six. You think I agree more what you say, or more what Moonlight and Shannon was saying?
You probably tilt towards me some, and
Yes,
I agree.
but they did, but not once did they say nothing to you until you responded the way you did. They weren't being condescending. Oh no,
I don't.
six.
I'm
Six. It's on six. You know I got love for you. Honestly, you know that I support you too, fam. It is certain things when we had these conversations. If somebody ends up saying something that's looking down on someone, or if we look as degradation, they have the right to respond how they responded. Fam.
absolutely. I'm
So
not the
why?
rebut. I don't have a rebuttal for that. But what I'm saying is, what you perceive as disrespect, and you want to conjure up something and conjure up a feeling. With all due respect, do that. But that has nothing to do with me. I'm gonna say what I need to say. And if you find the truth disrespectful in the way that I rebuttal, if you find it disrespectful,
You messing up, my brother.
even though
He black and he quiet. He gone.
I can't hear him.
No,
are
no,
you there?
he's no. You got to refresh. You eat somebody. I don't know if somebody's calling you. You got to
Can you hear
refresh.
me?
But now we
Yeah.
can.
I
Yeah,
can't hear you.
You're frozen.
you're frozen.
I can't hear you. You hear me?
You
Yeah,
might
just
Yeah.
refresh.
leave and come
Can you hear
back.
me? Can you hear me?
Now we
Yes.
can hear you. Now we can hear you.
Welcome back.
He's got to come out
Yeah,
again
if you
because it
find
happened
what I
to
say,
me.
you have the right to find.
Okay. Yeah, he had to come out again. That's what's happening with StreamYard.
So, ladies, happy Taco Tuesday.
Hello.
No, I can't hear Ali.
Unfortunately, I'm not having tacos. I
Oh
need
God.
salmon.
I'm just saying, get you some steak, some cilantro.
Ali, I think you're
No, I
muted.
can't hear Ali
Am I
at all.
muted?
Can you
No.
hear
Let me-
me? Can you hear me
Yeah.
now?
Oh, I
yeah,
Can
can
you
we
hear
can
hear
hear
me?
you
you.
now. We can
You
hear you
have
now.
the right to feel however you want to feel. I didn't tell anyone not to feel how they
Now
want
you're
to feel.
breaking up. Now you're
Yep.
breaking up.
Your mic.
Breaking up.
Let me see if this works. Hold on. Say something now.
Yo. Check.
Yeah, it
I
sounds
can
good
hear
now.
you. Can you hear me?
Did my mic go up louder too? Am I
No,
louder or am
you
I still
sound
low?
fine. What
But
I'm
I
Everybody
can't
say
hear
my
saying
mic.
is,
anybody else. I can't hear Ali.
You're gonna have to
Can you hear
refresh.
Ali?
You're gonna have to refresh.
I can't. Let me go back out.
you have the right to feel however you want to feel. I didn't tell anyone to feel how they want to feel. But when I rebuttal you with the truth, and you feel away because you have no rebuttal for the truth and you want to use it as a personal attack, that's on you. But every piece of your advice is attached to your observable reality and your success. And if I indict that because I'm indicting the words that come out of your mouth and you take it personal, then you should take it personal because you on here giving people advice that's full of malarkey and it's a fallacy. So if I refute that, and whatever piece of advice you just gave happens to be attached to your life or lack thereof, and you feel indicted, if you personalize it in a way where you say that's disrespectful, because you can find the color green disrespectful, that's fine. But all I'm saying is keep it between you and God. I'm pompous, I'm this, I'm that. I don't care what you think of me, ma'am. I'm here to teach and be the purveyor of truth. If you have a truth that supersedes my truth and it is helpful and useful, I would concede and embrace that. But if you turn to anger every time someone tries to correct you, you're going to end up in the latter years of your life lonely and unable to pair bond, whether you're a man or a woman, and there's no honor being in the latter part of your life and being single. And I'm here to prevent that because I want my people to coalesce in harmony. So if you have a problem with that, then you have a problem with me. But gainsay any one of my theories with tangible evidence of you doing the opposite and have a successful outcome. If you cannot gainsay me out of frustration, you can't turn your frustration into disrespect to try to cause an impediment between me and my point. And I'm not going to change my texture. I'm not cussing it. You don't think I know curse words? I can cuss at you. You don't think I can call you pompous or bombastic or solipsistic or meretricious? I can call you a bunch of things. I haven't, because it doesn't matter. I'm not here to personally attack you. But
Oh my
whoever it
God,
is,
you have. You
if I
have.
personally attacked your
You
point
have.
of view,
No, you
your point
personally
of view,
attacked me. No, you
because
personally attacked me, sir.
what did I say that was personally
You
attacked?
tried to define my person, sir.
By doing what? What did I say?
I'm not in. You're here to teach, sir.
What
You're
did I
here.
see?
You just said.
Every time
Go
I
ahead,
ask her what
sir.
I said,
You know what? You have to
what
be
I
heard.
say?
You've been speaking now for about 10 minutes straight.
No, I haven't, because I didn't went off and on.
You just
But
need to
why
be
can't you
heard.
answer the
And here
question? You
you
said
go
I defined your
again. Here you
person.
go again.
I defined
You
your
don't.
person as what?
But
Why
it
can't you
seems
answer
like
that?
you are
The
not
reason why she can't
aware
answer that,
of
so
how
she's
you
saying
are.
she's upset at me
You
because I
are
defined
not.
her
Go
person.
ahead, sir.
But
I'm not going to argue with
she's
you for the
saying that she's
mic.
upset because I defined her person. Now watch this. That's disingenuous. Because when I say what did I say, she has nothing. She's mad because I attacked the truth, and the truth is attached to the life that she's lacking.
Jesus Christ. He probably just
But
So
came to
didn't
the
when I
she
gym.
ask
defined
you
your
if you
person,
were
what did I
married?
say?
No, hold
Didn't
What
she
did I
ask
on.
you?
say?
Didn't
No,
she ask
no,
you if
no.
you
It's
were
not like
married?
that. It's like no.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
Wasn't
did.
she
I
trying to
did.
define you?
that was,
She was trying to
I
lead
did.
that somewhere.
I
but
know,
that
Well,
was,
but
if he was
I know she
married,
was. But
this is what I'm saying about
what happened
married
was
folks.
she found out I
Married
was
folks
married
believe
20
that
years.
because they are married, they are now the utmost human being in the
No.
world. And you're not because you have a marriage. Some
So
marriages are just there for show. They're not real
oh,
loyal relationships, they're there
oh.
for show. So don't say that you're
So that's not
married
the same
as if that
thing?
is the foundation of
We
your
didn't say that.
Hey,
superiority.
Nobody
pause,
said
smell the
that.
Because
But
rose.
you
Thank you.
are
Let me say
nobody's
this.
married,
hold
Let
on.
me
Let
just
her
say
because
land.
this.
you
Let her
are
land. Hold
married
on.
does not mean you
Let her
are
go.
superior. You
nobody
are
said
not.
that.
Hold, y'all
And
let
Nobody
her
no
said
one
land.
is
that.
going
Hold
to
on. Hold on.
define
Hold on.
my person like I said to you.
But
Okay?
you're defining us by being married for 20 years.
What do you mean
Weren't
I'm
you doing the same
defining you
thing?
guys for being married for 20 years? I asked him a question to figure
But
out
you
his
were trying to
perspective.
do that. You were trying to do the
Don't
same thing.
try. Don't try.
2,000 years later.
Let's try this. We're gonna start over. And we're gonna see the first person that becomes condescending or disrespectful, and everybody gets the point at it. So let's just start all over.
Ali, Ali, we're
Yes,
here to
ma'am.
Why don't we
share
just
our
move forward?
That's
well,
what I'm saying.
we're here to share our opinions of the subject that is on the table tonight.
Yes, so we're
It
gonna
is
move on
an
tonight. Moonlight,
opinion that we're debating.
we're gonna move on. That's what I'm saying. We're gonna start all
Ain't
over. We
nobody
go
here teaching
moonlight,
nobody.
moonlight,
Share your
moonlight,
opinion.
moonlight.
No, you're not teaching. You
Hey,
ain't
No,
teaching.
six.
you're not teaching.
See what I'm talking
You're
about? Y'all
not
wanna
teaching no
now
one
look,
over here.
it's
You may be
reflective of who
teaching
wants to
her up
argue.
there, but not me.
Y'all want to argue? I'll put y'all want to be in the middle. Y'all just want to argue?
No. Go ahead, sir. Go ahead,
So
Ali.
again, we were based on the. Let's get back to the control, okay? And Moonlight, you can. We'll go to Chris.
Sure.
When we talking about this word control,
Yeah.
okay? Are there people? I'm not even gonna say it because it might start an argument. Are some of us conflating what one person is meaning and the other person is meaning? A verse, what the definition is, right? Can we agree on what the definition is? Is the definition about someone being toxic, about someone forcing somebody to do what they demand them to do, and they're gonna give them consequences for not doing it as well too?
Yes.
Or no, I'm saying, is that what does the definition say that? Moonlight, can you look up words where
I
you at?
actually have it up. I have it up.
You
But
read that?
Six read the definition, but I have another one too that's probably more simplified. And to your question that you asked me, do I think that there's
Is
a
it
difference of
negative? Is the
opinion?
word is control based on that definition? Is that negative?
No, it's not negative. But let me answer your question though, because you asked me a question, so I want to answer it. Do
Yes,
I
ma'am.
think that the definition is different for people on the panel? Yes, I do. I think that there are different viewpoints into what the word means, and so it's being seen a certain way, which is causing friction right now. So that is my answer to that question that you asked me. Now I'm going to read the definition that I have up. It's simplified. Okay. The definition that I have, it says the power to influence or direct people's behavior or the course of events. That's a simplified version.
And in reality, when Six is talking about control, there's an aspect of the man that you control as well too. When he's monogamous with you, when he's not at the club, when he's not being a womanizer, when he's spending his money only on you, his time and energy on you, he's only working for you, he's only investing in you. There's an aspect of his life which gives you security. It's control of him as well too. You have control of
Influence.
him. So
it's influence. You've
that's
influenced.
control. That's part of control.
Okay, but I guess then Ali, using the word influence is more palatable than control. You control slaves.
Hey, Moonlight, you know
gotta
what the
control
problem?
your language. She
Hold
got to
on.
control your language. You
Hold
see,
on.
that's
Hold
the
on.
same as the lady in the clip.
Moonlight, if majority of the sisters that talk like that, young sister that talk like that, if a women come up here and said, we you know what, a good man is a man who allows his woman to control him. Most women would be happy with a man if he concedes to that. They would have no problem with a man. Oh, Moonlight, let me finish.
Okay.
So you would disagree? A woman would not be happy with a man that does absolutely everything she's asking. That's what you're telling me.
I'm
Most
not
women.
saying that a woman needs direction.
Let me ask you again. On the surface, if would a woman be appreciative and of a man who does everything she's asking on the surface? If she's out in public and my man does everything I ask, would that be looked as shameful when other women are seeing it, or they'd be like, "Oh, girl, he weak, he a pushover"? Would most women see that as something that most women would want? Is a man that does whatever she's asking to make her happy? Would most women go, "Girl, you got a good man," or would they go, "Oh, you got a horrible man that does everything you asking for"?
Darn it. The audio fell out, but I did hear the question. Oh, you're back. I did hear the question. And I think for a woman to get everything from her man, everything that she asked for, he would be a simp.
But that's not what women say. Most women,
Be a simp.
but most women don't say that. Most women will say typically what a good man is a man who's doing anything that he can to make a woman happy. That's what women will collectively come up here and say. If that man's trying to make you happy, if that man's acquiescing to you, if that man's catering to you, if that man's supporting you, that's a good man. It has nothing to do what he does for anybody else or what he has for himself. Is typically gets conflated to what he does for a woman that makes him a good man.
No, that's not it in my book.
But do you see that in general? You say you don't see that in general either.
It's in general, yes. And from the clip that you just shared, God, I'm sorry.
Yeah, go ahead. So it can confuse men as well too, because a lot of times if men are doing what women are asking, we lose, and if we don't do what women are asking, we lose. So it confuses men. A lot of times we'll see a worse demonstration of a woman's behavior or how much she'll act when she responds to what we're doing for her. She's still not happy when you're doing everything she's asking. That's why I asked that question. Do you see typically? So for Moonlight, how do you keep a woman happy consistently? I mean, forever. Excuse me.
Wow, that's a hard thing to do, is to keep somebody consistently happy when they're constantly changing. You know, folks change. My apologies.
No. What's funny is most women, see, I asked you that because most women would say consistency. If he's consistent, as long as he's consistent, But men will ask for consistency from women, and they'll see it as this man being sassy, him being toxic, and who hurt you, when they're asking for reciprocation from their women as well too. Most men are asking for is consistency from their women as well too. So to keep someone happy, I would say consistency as well too. But are most women in relationships consistent to their men? She'll be right back. Smell the roses. What you think? Oh, she came back. She's back. She's back.
I'm gonna battle this connection for sure. I'm gonna win. But for any man that acquiesces to a woman's every whim is a simp. And she's gonna look at him as just that and maybe go out the house and find a man that is going to really direct her. Control situation. Here's control. Here's the word control. Influence situation.
Is directing controlling?
See? Or is it influencing?
Then you agree with us.
Or is it influencing? Right?
No. Listen to what you just said. Moonlight, earlier you said that a woman typically would try to change a man, correct?
No, I didn't answer that. I didn't have an opportunity to answer that.
Yes, you said I agree with what Savage said, but then I asked for more. I asked you to actually give me an answer.
Woman. A healed woman is not looking for a man that she can change. No.
Have you ever tried to change a man?
No. Well, maybe his clothing and how he dresses. I try to change his style, but probably that's it.
So if women don't really try to change these men, why aren't most women in relationships?
That's a broad stroke. I mean, it's 43% divorce rate. It's all ego, in my opinion.
The number one reason for divorce is the lack of commitment. Women will try to say cheating, a lack of assistance in the home, but it's lack of commitment. Women change their mind.
It's lack of commitment, yeah. And not willing to stick it through, and you think that something else is better on the other side when it's really not.
Right.
It's not. Back in my mom's days, I mean, they stuck through a hell of a lot. You know what I'm saying? There's days when they didn't like each other, but they didn't quit and leave.
And who's doing majority of the quitting?
Ali, man, I can't pinpoint if it's a woman
yes,
or a man.
Moonlight. That's what
Moonlight.
Moonlight, you have wisdom. You know who quits most of the time. And I know you research as well, too. It's women. They quit most of the time because they can't get this man to do what they want him to do. They want control of him. As a matter of fact, society is so geared up now and shaped around shaming men to be what women want instead of shaming women to be what men want. You can't 304 shame. You can't LGBT shame. You can't fat shame. You can't nothing shame. But you can tell a man all day what he needs to be doing. We need more good men. We need more leaders. We need men who support. They need to be fathers. But a woman right now, the show, like a year ago, we had a show and women still do it. A woman can literally either delete a kid or put a kid up for adoption, and women will call that woman a hero. They'll go, oh, she put a kid up for adoption. She couldn't raise him. Oh, that's a hero. Like women will get accolades and praise for putting up their kids for adoption, where if I leave my kid, I'm a deadbeat. So the problem is a lot of what we do is wrong, even if we do it right. A lot of what women do ends up being right, even if they do it wrong, because society is now catering towards how women wants to control men instead of men controlling women. And Moonlight, if that's the case, and we have more simps than leaders today, look at the state of society where majority of women are now in control. They can get this man to do what they want. They get their kids to do what they want. We have LGBT behaviors going up. We have kids who resent themselves. We have kids who resent their mother and father. They don't even want to be who they are. They don't want to have future relationships. The marriage rate is going down. Family making is going down. Baby making is going down. Generation Z has the least sex than any other generation. We're not even connected with each other, and they know we're not connecting with each other. That's why they're giving us robots and AI, because they know they're going to further the divide we already have. The human relationships are getting worse and worse. And it's not because the man isn't happy. He's still obsessed with the woman. Men still suckers for women. Men still crashing out for women. Women go, I don't need no man. I don't need no family. I'm strong and independent. I could do it all bad by myself. But then when they find the right guy, the guy they can control, now they'll demand and give them an ultimatum. You better marry me. You got to marry me. When all the laws were changed, so you don't have to have your father give you coverage, your brother give you coverage, man give you coverage. You can have sex with whoever you want to have sex with. You can be a porn star. You can be a social media vixen. Women breasts and booty all over the place, because this is what men invested in and supported women doing, being able to have control of themselves. Look at the state of society we have now.
Well, let me say something, Ali, because when I started
I'll
this
pass the floor.
conversation,
Let me go mute and pass the floor, y'all.
I
My
said that
audio
men
again. So let me mute for right now. Pass the mic.
I said that men and women live under two different sets of consequences. Like you gave the analogy and example of women giving a child up for adoption and they're a hero, or a woman, buy their kid Payless shoes and they say she doing the best she can. But if a man buy Payless shoes, they say he can't even afford to find decent shoes. All those are examples of what I started the conversation out with, which is men and women live under two different sets of consequences. Therefore, they have two different sets of duties, functions, and responsibilities. Part of a man's responsibility is his provision and his leadership ability. Within that, he should have an aspect of control. No man should enter a relationship with a woman who is not gleefully and willingly willing to give him that control and capitulate. Now, a woman also has control over a relationship, but the way she controls, because remember, we have two different functions, duties, and responsibilities. So the way a woman controls, I believe, like Smella Rose said, is her job to cover his inadequacies. But a evolved woman covers his inadequacies, and let's say she want him to change. Because every woman get with a man in some aspect, she wants something to change about him. That's normal. It's psychological. They've been changing their little Ken dolls since they was kids, right? So they've been dressing up a man and changing them since they was pre-adolescent. Now, a evolved woman understands her influence is through spirituality. She uses her divine femininity to influence that man's evolution because, like Moonlight said, people will grow. You're gonna grow in a relationship. If you stay together long enough, both of y'all are gonna grow. But here's the kicker: you're either gonna grow together or you're gonna grow apart. Anything that she that she felt that was devoid of his manhood. Because you got to make sure a woman ain't trying to change you based on her ego and her inadequacies. Like, I need a man to make 19 figures because I don't feel good about myself. And if I got a man that makes 19 figures, now I can say, hey, I'm worthy. I need a man that's 8 feet tall because that is them trying to appease and soothe their ego. But an evolved woman that has been practicing self-development, she can get a man to be like, there's some things about his manhood that need to shift. I'm going to influence him through the spiritual level because my wife runs the household in a real way because she influences me the right way through
Thank
her
you.
divine femininity. She doesn't try to control me with her mouth or try to get me to capitulate through withholding sex or aggressiveness or making a household uncomfortable or me having to come home and toil with her or her becoming bellicose, belligerent, or boorish. No. She uses her divine femininity to influence all my inadequacies as a man so that as I'm evolving, I evolve more into what's beneficial to the household in totality. So and I'm going to land real quick, any relationship that's devoid of uh uh gleeful, gleeful cooperation will surely crash and burn. Women, is particularly in this era, for whatever reason, I noticed this about 5 years ago. They don't even like the word cooperate. The word cooperate or the word submission or control, they inherently make it malignant. But those words aren't inherently malignant, which is why I tried to read the definition so that this conversation is not fragmented, that we're all working off the same definition, because you might be right if you're defining it in the wrong way. Or you might be right if you're defined, but if we all say this is the definition, let's base our arguments and our point of views from this and become monolithic in what this definition is and go from there so we can all be on the same page. But we got derailed. Be that as it may, any relationship that has a shot in hell to be happy, healthy, and fruitful, I choose my adjectives correctly, because just because you was with somebody for a long time don't mean that you was happy. Motherfuckers go to jail for 20 years don't mean they was happy because they was stuck in
That's
one
true.
place. So
That's true.
I'm talking about a happy, healthy, and fruitful relationship, because you could be together 5 years, 6 years, 10 years, and y'all ain't got shit. Why would two
Exactly.
people why
That's what
would
I'm
two
saying.
people team up to live a banal, basic, and mundane lifestyle? You could have lived a banal, basic, and mundane lifestyle by yourself. This is why, because it takes a superior, particular understanding and modus operandi for two people to merge as one and become abundant. And a lot of things a lot of people say on these platforms are misleading, is malarkey, it's a fallacy, and it's ostensible. It's appearing to be true, but it is not true. And I am here to debunk those things. So again, without recognizing like this man should have a certain amount of control, and I should want to give, I should want to submit, I should want to. And I blame men who choose women who don't want to. Why would you choose a woman who don't want to submit, knowing you're responsible for this household? And if you guys aren't flourishing, the kid's gonna look at you, her mama gonna look at you, she gonna look at you, and then you're gonna be like, but you don't listen. That's still your fault, brother, because you chose a woman that didn't listen. Why would you choose a woman that didn't listen? So from the conception, I heard y'all bring up courtship. From the time you're courting this woman, y'all getting to know one another. You should be defining what a household looks like, defining what the future look like, so that you guys early on in your relationship, while it's still in its infancy, can become monolithic in your mindset. Foundationally, you and your partner have to be monolithic. Y'all don't have to be the exact same, because the relationship then wouldn't work, because there's no balance, yin and yang. There needed, but the foundational part of your relationship, how you view and feel about a relationship and the texture of it, you guys should be monolithic in your mindset. So a man like, yo, I need control so I could do my thing, should not be pair bonding with a woman that's like, I don't, what's control? Why you like, she's going into it with a negative connotation, and she's going to make that relationship arduous, therefore knocking you off your purpose, because a woman benefits from a man that's full of purpose, power, and possibility. He used that as coverage to cover the whole household and move the future of the household and his lineage forward in an expedited manner, uninterrupted. Any woman that is aggressive with her mouth, boorish, and less than
Six.
amicable. Go ahead.
Fam, you gotta land. So you gotta land, fam.
Control is necessary on the part of a man if the relationship has a shot in hell to be successful. And to close it out, if you get with a woman that is not gleefully and willingly and happily ready to give you her submission, it's still going to crash and burn, because she can't do it begrudgingly.
But don't you think? Not don't you think? I think majority of what we think we doing is an illusion. Everything that men signing up for is essentially benefiting the woman more than it is the man. Like a lot of time. So you tell me this, Six. What do most men get in marriages that they can't get outside of a marriage today?
Loyalty and consistency.
They have to get married to get loyalty and consistency. Because you got married because you got. So hold on, you got married because you probably got loyalty and consistency, right?
Touche.
Right. So how is a man benefiting typically getting into a marriage outside of a woman who can change her mind? And I'm not saying don't get married.
I'm gonna tell you, as a married man, I'm gonna tell you.
Hold on, let me finish real quick. We'll say all this just for somebody to turn right back around and we start talking about the divorce rates when women change their mind, because men are wrapping their lives all around women, where women are wrapping them lives a lot of times around themselves. So even if you give the woman monogamy, it's still actually her relationship, because if most men had it their way, they'd be with multiple women, even though that some will cap and say they wouldn't be multiple women. But if we're moving society towards monogamy, isn't that actually controlling men more so than controlling women? Because women can do whatever they want to do. They can be sexually liberated. They can put their body all over OnlyFans. They can be on IG. They get away with it. There's a lot of men getting in relationships where his girl can wear whatever she want to wear, still market herself, and the dudes still sign up for that. So I don't see a lot of men not allowing their women typically to do a lot of things that they want to do. So what I'm asking you is, isn't most relationships the woman being in control and men are believing they're empowered because of their ego? But she can leave whenever she wants to. There's no consequence to give her outside of the fact that she gets half and she gets control of your lineage. She puts you in court. She could take you to put you on child support. She can garnish your paycheck. And now you she broke your family. She decided to break your family. What control do most men actually have in today's society?
All those things are very true, and I have no rebuttal for that. But duality exists because there also there's no rebuttal for that. That there's a lot of relationships that crash and burn and end and stand on the same texture of what you just said. No rebuttal. More than what should be. An overwhelming amount of relationships crash and burn due to all those things that you just named. Those most of those things could have been avoided at the conception of their relationship had they did the work properly. But most of these relationships, people are going in it freestyling. They didn't have a great example. They never seen a man treat their mama right, or they never seen their mama bring their daddy a plate to know why it's important to feed their man. So they go into this thing using their imagination. They never seen love up front. So if you never seen love up front, where did you learn how to love from? Books, the movies, Hollywood taught you how to. So people are going into these relationships without, you know how to drive a car because someone actually taught you. Yes, you spent years watching your parents or your sister and figure some stuff out along the way. But when it was actually time to get your license and drive that car, you had to actually go learn. Love and having a happy, healthy, fruitful relationship is the same way. I know because when I entered all of my relationships, including this one, I was broken, and didn't know. A fish don't see water. And I was using a large part of my imagination on what leadership was, what manhood was, what a relationship was, because I had never seen a happy, healthy, fruitful one from the inside out. So with that being said, yes, you're absolutely correct. But the duality of it, there are relationships that are happy, healthy, fruitful, and flourishing, where the woman wants to be what she is, and the man knows what he is, and he wants to be what he is, and nothing more than what he is. And they're able to pair bond and create generational wealth and expedite themselves out of poverty and lack of limitation. But yes, what you're saying is right. The women in that aspect control the relationship because a man can do everything right. He could be perfect and she can change her mind and you lose everything, including your lineage. Yes, that's true. But a lot of that can be prevented if you did the proper work or had the proper mindset going into it.
So
Like you
hold on.
listening to unmarried women give advice about
So
like
let's going around the sisters. How can a man prevent you from leaving him if you want him to leave you? Yeah, after you demonstrated to him that you loved him. Because I'm almost quite sure most of these men don't go, man, she's so unloving. I'm about to give her everything. I'm about to put a ring on her finger. She's so uncooperative. I'm gonna definitely take care of her. How do you keep a woman after 2 years, 5 years, 10 years from changing her mind after a man committed to her for loving her? Because this is the thing. Most of the sisters, I would think, would agree that if you meet a guy that's 38, 40 years old, still broke, that would look like a red flag, correct? And if he told you, I'm going to get it together the next year, I don't believe you. You've been broke all this time and you still broke with me. I don't believe you. How can men truly believe that when a woman's ready to settle at that age as well, too, that she's actually going to give him loyalty if she never gave no man loyalty? And that's what I'm asking Six as well, too. Most of these sisters that end up getting ring on their fingers and commitment are women who didn't give other men commitment as well too. And then a lot of times, and not saying your situation, Six, or my situation or most men's situation as well too. What I'm talking to is that sisters, do y'all typically believe the last guy you're with is the one who tolerates you, or the man you actually finally gave cooperation and love to? And not the women on the panel. I don't want to make it too personal. Do you think most time when men settle down in these relationships, this woman actually loves him and gave him cooperation, or this is the man that tolerates you?
Jeez. Tolerates you. Wow. Who's going first? I'm sorry, the ladies.
You go from smell the roses around. I'm gonna ask you again.
That was
Most
tough.
of these
I didn't
women,
like that
most of
tolerance.
these women, most of these women when they get into relationships, is this woman finally getting, she's cooperating and loving on this guy, that last guy, or this last guy is the one who would tolerate what other men wouldn't tolerate?
Well, Chris, do you want to go since you have to go? You can
Yes. So
okay.
ask me the question. I'm gonna be real brief. Ask it so it's clear, so we know what I'm answering.
Majority of these relationships, they end up with commitment from the woman or the man with the woman. Is it because this woman finally loved this guy and is crazy about this guy and giving this last guy cooperation, or is it because this last guy is the one who will cooperate what the other man wouldn't cooperate? I mean, tolerate what the other man wouldn't tolerate.
And can we just add a little bit more, because that's really broad and vague? Can we put it in an age bracket so then that way it's clear?
No. Listen, if I'm the man out here and I'm smashing everything left and right, and I finally settle down with somebody, is it typically because I'm crazy about this woman, or it's because this woman controlled me? What do you think it typically is?
I
A
believe
man,
it's because
who
from a man's perspective, if
from
you
a
were
man's
somebody that
perspective.
was wayward and then you finally decide to settle down with a woman, I believe it is
Yes.
because you want her and you
Yeah.
chose her and you
Yes.
decided to do the
So
right
we
thing with
know
her.
typically that guy is crazy. If a man is giving you a relationship or putting a ring on your finger, typically this man is crazy about you.
Well, I
Okay.
agree. I didn't
Now,
understand the
okay,
question. So
now
yes,
let's
so yes.
switch that
So
bad boy.
Yeah.
okay.
It typically she gets up in this 30 years old and she's finally sitting down and committing to a man. Is he typically getting a woman who loves and crazy about him, or he's getting a woman? He's getting with somebody. He's getting a woman because this man's the man who tolerates her when other men didn't.
You know, that's if you're going to give me the 30 range, because we talked in another panel, I believe at the 30 range, there's a bulb that comes on for women. I'm not saying they're completely mature at that age, but I believe they've gained enough experience at that time where if they decide to get with someone, they
Is it
would have
survival?
no, it's not survival. They would have done some work because speaking to what Opulent Six said, you know, if you are walking with somebody, if you're courting somebody around the ages of the 30s, you would have already, due to communication, understood like, hey, this person has qualities that I like. I might want to push it further, or this person doesn't have qualities that I like. So I might have to call it quits. But a person that wants to settle and just be tolerated, then they may end up with the last individual. So the question that you asked is kind of hard because it can go both ways. Does that make sense?
I'm gonna try to let it make sense.
All right. Well, I gotta go, y'all. God bless you.
You're such a trip.
I think she has a point when she brings up age, right? Because depending on, I guess, where you're at and your age, you know, a man could just be wanting to tolerate you because he's older and he doesn't want to be lonely. But if you're talking about a man in his prime that's that isn't up in age, I don't think he would just pick a woman because he's tolerating her. I think he would have to be infatuated, like madly in love with her, you know, like your age or Six's age.
Who? It depends on the man. Are women typically getting the guy that they want, or if she gets to that age, is she typically getting the guy she want or the guy she's getting for survival?
Well, for the woman, I think it's more survival.
Yes. So is it typically the guy that she wants? That guy's tolerating her typically.
Yeah, tolerating her
because the only way a woman can manipulate a man is if a man cares about you. That's why I think a lot of times women are disingenuous when they go, guys are so controlling, they're toxic, when in reality, if he's settling down with you, if he's getting a relationship with you, a lot of times you have a lot of control over this guy because you can't control him unless he cares about you.
I agree with that.
You could like six wife can play, and no a six, you know what I'm saying too. My woman can play with me. She can't play with Six. Six's woman can play with him. She can't play with me. Like, and I'm not saying that like that. You know what I'm saying, Six. Like, there's things his wife can get away with him. She can't get, because I don't care about her. Right. There's things that my lady can get away with me. She can't get away with Six because he don't care about. She means nothing to him. So women know when a man, and that's why women like going after those guys who prioritize their careers, who prioritize themselves. They are truly at the core more attractive with these men that prioritize order and prioritize production and being a man above doing everything ideally for a woman, because the woman should be doing for him, right? Especially when everything a lot of women do is optional, where the man has to, like Moonlight, the man got to take care of you. You ain't going to be in no situation where you got to take care of him. So you would think his purpose, and he would have to come first. His purpose has to come first because he don't have no options. He got to take. My whole life, I didn't go. I never see my father have a break. My mother was taken care of. My mom got the rest of her soft air, but my mom took care of everybody. She took care of my daddy. To the day my mom left, this earth, by the way, she took care of my father and her family. Like, I mean, with tenacity. It wasn't no lie, I don't feel like doing it. It's like, Mom, sit down.
It's the greatest work. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and that's all I'm saying.
She enjoyed it. She enjoyed her role.
But she had the option. If she wanted to go to work, okay, go. You want to go work, go work. And she's like, no, I don't want to work no more. Y'all ever watch Everybody Hates Chris?
Yes.
And you see,
She's my
That's
man got
correct.
2 jobs.
my man got two jobs.
I don't
Every
need
time
to
she had
worry.
every time she had a problem, my man got 2 jobs. You know,
That's
I ain't got
right.
to work.
Yeah,
Ain't,
that's
ain't no
how I
man
used
can,
to be in the beginning of my
right.
marriage.
But
I
how
used to be like
ain't no
that.
man able to go flex and go, and I ain't got to tolerate this nigga. My woman got 2 jobs. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't just the fact that you should put him first because of superiority, that he has a superiority of God complex. It's the fact that it's not optional for him to do what he does. He has to do it. He has to take care of his woman. He has to take care of his children, where the woman has the option, especially if this man's taking care of you. And the greatest thing she can do is wanting to be under the coverage of this man and invest in this man to be the best he can be, so you get treated the best you can be treated.
Agree.
You get what I'm saying? So,
Okay.
what, Moonlight, that sound good?
We
But
done
that's
turned
what
this thing
so
around.
the main thing Six was trying to say, the best thing women can do, Moonlight, is making sure whatever you're doing, you're not compromising your man. You're not putting him in positions where it's hurting him. And if he has no authority or control over you, then he's a slave to the woman because he has responsibility with no authority.
Look at you, 7. Go.
He has like I'm taking care of some. I'm trying to take care of these people when they keep burning the house down. They keep, like, you got tenants, right? You got tenants in your property. They messing up they messing up the whole entire house. You got to repaint the house. You got to fix everything. You got to repair everything, update everything, because they keep messing up the house. You end up being a slave to these people. But all Six was trying to say that is when a person has responsibility over you, and you have no authority, you become a slave ideally to that person and what they're actually demanding and what they need as well too. So that's what he was trying to say. Obviously, no man wants to deliberately control his woman. Everybody wants their woman to, most people, I ain't gonna say everybody, I believe, want genuine love from their woman. They want their woman to be with them because she's crazy about you and she loves you.
Well, my motto was always find a woman you don't have to take care of, then take care of her. Right? Because when a woman has her own money, what you say?
Yeah, I know exactly
Oh
what you're
yeah.
saying. I know what you're saying.
Yeah. Find a woman you don't have to take care of, then take care of her. But a woman that has her own money and a solid mindset can date the man she wants, not the man she needs. And a lot of these women, when they go over to age 30, their improvidence begin to sink in, and they're desperately grabbing for any man, like you said, one that would just put up with their shit, and they're doing it for survival. But they would surely feel the rapture of their improvidence if they don't fix that mindset.
Right. Absolutely. And that's what I'm so do you think, so ideally, smell the roses and Savage, do you believe the state of society we have right now in relationships, because people like to move the goalpost of businesses and all the other kind of stuff, do you think the state of relationships, ideally, we having all these negative ramifications is because the woman are controlling the relationships?
Whose question is that, Ali?
Smell the roses, Savage.
I say, yeah. I think, in my personal opinion, which is not a fact, just how I see it, I think a lot of these relationships be going to crap because the woman doesn't respect the man. She wants to control the authority, the say so. When I say move, it's just like that. And when I say jump, it's how high. If you're not here to serve me and give me what I want, when I think how I feel, then you're useless. But we must remember that these men are people. These men are somebody's son, and you're somebody's daughter. There has to be a mutual respect, but even more respect for the person that's putting their life on the line for you, prioritizing you, living for you, working for you. It's not just to be your slave. No, it's more so to love and take care of you. Because, like I say to other women, what do you do for your kids that you don't do for your man? How are you loving your kids not the way that you love your man? You're willing to serve your kids enthusiastically, so why can't you serve your man enthusiastically? You're gonna do it. You're gonna feed them. You're gonna put them to bed. You're gonna have their back. You're gonna talk to them. You're not gonna yell at your kids. You're gonna watch your mouth. You're never gonna say anything to your kids that's gonna resonate with them for the rest of their life and feel down about it. You should watch your mouth when you talk to your kids. So why not watch your mouth the way you talk to your man? You don't speak ill to the people that you love. You secure them. You give them reassurance and respect. Matter of fact, respectfully, I didn't say nothing, but I mean this with so much respect. You say that can't nobody teach you in your grown age. Me personally, and I'm 28, I can learn from anybody, including a child, because I'm that open-minded. There's people that know things that I don't know. And there's things that I know that other people don't know. I can learn from everything around me. I can learn from a squirrel on how to save something. I can learn from a child from how to be more open-minded and just let loose. I can learn from people of a different race and culture. Anything that somebody has or that I can improve, I can learn from them. I am not too
Right.
good. I'm very humble in my teachings and learnings.
I'm humble that way too, but let's keep it in context when I said it. It was just the way that it was plated to me that I found offense with. That's all it is. I think you continue to learn until you leave this earth. No one is, higher than learning. You continue to do it. Can y'all hear me still, y'all? I am
Yeah,
so,
no, we hear you.
I
We hear
apologize,
you.
y'all, that I'm dropping so many times. It's just this Instagram connection getting in here.
Just
But go ahead, Ali,
just
because
one
I was
thing.
gonna go right back to that point again.
If and it look like we coming to kind of to the conclusion. If the man is raised to take care of himself, to take care of the woman and the child, the woman is raised to take care of herself, and get a man who takes care of her, who's actually the slave?
The man in that scenario, for sure.
Like think about that. No, Moonlight. I mean, Moonlight. Really think who's actually the slave? And it seems like the projection happens when the woman will call themselves a slave or oppressed or part of the patriarchy, is when she has to finally have responsibility over having to take care of somebody, meet expectations of a standard. Because a lot of times women can stay in toxic relationships forever because the man accepts her as she is. But when she meets a good guy, that's the most short-lived relationship ever. She go, "Oh, I lost myself." So you yourself with the toxic guy, but you lose yourself with the guy that's actually good for you because you finally have to be responsible. You don't lose it when someone says, "I gotta look for myself and I lost myself and gotta find this person again." It's going back to a place where you didn't have responsibility. So if you get responsibility and you have to meet someone's expectations and standards, then that means that's how you demonstrate love. But a lot of times women will see that as toxic and they'll see that as controlling, where a man goes, "I'm fine with being controlled, investing in a legacy, investing in the family. I need to control myself to be in this family," where a woman goes, "Oh, you being controlling," when she has to be responsible for a family. So I'm just asking, who's actually the slave to the other gender if I have to work to take care of you and you get to work to take care of yourself? And that's strong and independent.
Yeah, he is. I have to agree. Go ahead. I'm sorry, but I think he is.
Thank you so much, my sister. What you about to say? Six.
I was gonna say typically, especially in this era,
Your sound is bad, sir.
can you hear me now?
It's real
Yeah,
bad, sir. It's like
It's
popcorn.
crackling.
Yeah, it's like popping.
Yeah.
He
I would say something after
Is
him
everybody
though.
real quick, y'all? Is everybody coming through on the link through Instagram?
No, that could be the problem. Have you downloaded the StreamYard app?
Yeah, I have my StreamYard, but I just hit the link on Instagram that I'm sent.
See,
And
I'm
I
on
don't know
StreamYard
whether,
link. I'm coming through StreamYard.
and
So
that's really great. I hate coming through Instagram because
maybe that's what you're doing wrong.
It is a little wonky for the most part.
Yeah, Ali, is there any way to drop the link in the StreamYard
Yeah, I
one?
dropped the link. I'll drop it again. Yeah. I'll drop it. I'll drop
I'm
it in the back chat. I'll drop
gonna
it in
say
the back.
something after 6, if that's okay.
Okay.
6, how about you test out your mic so we can see how you sound?
You
Oh
got an
wow, you
email?
got 2 of
Move
you.
like
Both of you. You got 2 of you now.
y'all didn't know he was cloned?
How
I
is
was like
that?
watching Sinners all over again. Oh, okay, it's gone.
Hold on, which one was the real one? Hold on.
Can you hear Ali? Is Ali speaking? I can't
He
hear him.
frozen, I think.
I'm frozen for real?
No, we
he's
can hear
frozen.
you.
6.
Oh, 6 is
6, are you
frozen.
there?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh.
He likes playing like that.
Mm,
That's
6 is gone too.
that's the red pill
You
freeze.
take the blue pill. The story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want to believe. You take the red pill. You stay in Wonderland. And I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes.
I like that.
You know what's going on? What's going on, CEO? How is CEO frozen?
I hear you good, Savage.
Are you on mute?
I hear you, CEO.
How y'all
6
doing?
came
What's
back.
good, y'all?
Dang, 6 froze again. Hey, I know 6 ain't blowing kisses.
I don't think so. I wanted to say something after 6, but I'm gonna just say it real quickly. I say this often. If you have somebody serving and considering and putting you first, prioritizing you, I think as a woman, as somebody who is someone's lover or somebody you're his friend and you're there in that partnership, that the first thing that should be going through your mind is how can I make this easier for him? You know, anything to help fill in the gap. So if you know that he got to bring in the bags, go ahead and start preparing the dishes and everything for food to get ready, or, you know what I'm saying? Whatever, filling, like you see
True
somebody cleaning up,
partnership.
go ahead and start cleaning up too and pick it up and making things easier. Don't just sit back with your feet kicked up. It's just getting in where you fit in and just participate. You know, I encourage people to
Isn't
go
it?
for the
Isn't
participation award in
right?
2026.
Isn't
You
that
know,
defined in the courting though? You define your role in the courting. So it's not like you're sitting there like, oh, I don't know what to do, or well, let me eat bonbons. No, you've already defined how you're gonna make this life fantastic for you both through the courting.
well, people,
Nobody
I
goes
don't,
through the courting anymore. They just go right to the relationship and like, let's see if it happens. And we talked about healed person versus a seasoned person, and that has to be considered in
Who
my
control
recommendation.
who controls the one night stand versus the having
Damn
to
it.
be courted, Moonlight?
did you
Like
just
who
say who
control?
controls the one night
Oh,
stand?
who controls the one night stand? Whether we having a one night
Let me
stand
drop. I'll be right back,
or
y'all.
whether you get courted, who controls that?
Well, Ollie, to the one night stand part, both men and women are the gateway to sex. Just to be
Who?
clear, both men and women, meaning like you control who you put yourself into, and she controls who she lays down for. So
Yeah, how
both of
often?
y'all are responsible in that aspect. So it's whoever goes along with what. If the man want to do it and she go along with it, that's on her. If she want to do it and the man go along with it, that's on him. You know,
You
that's
talking
not
about?
nobody's fault. That's
You're
just
talking
whoever
about
want to do it.
no the initial act. So 80% of women have reproduced. Only 40% of men have reproduced. If you and Smell the Roses stood out this out my neighborhood with a line saying I want sex, it's going to be a line going out to the street. So that's not true. Like if y'all wanted sex, you can have sex in abundance where most men couldn't get sex from y'all. And I think a lot of women who don't acknowledge the fact that, especially if they separate themselves from other women, the more of the abundant sex they'll get as well too. Y'all control sex because most men will have sex. If y'all want to have sex the way we want to have sex, it'd be crazy. But women will say they want to have sex like men, but aren't even built like men to have sex. So we control the actual relationships. Y'all still control the sex. But even the relationships, I don't think men control it as much as we thought we controlled it as more anymore anyway, because there's no consequences to you leaving. If we get into a relationship and you can convince me to commit to you, you can also leave the relationship as well too. So that talking point might be dead where
Well,
we
no,
may get
well,
back
let
we
me
may
say
get
this
back.
because I see your point of view, and given that you said it like that, you're right. I apologize. You're right. I didn't look at it like that for a second because I know how I pictured it in my head. But hearing the way you said it, you're right. You're right. I agree.
Well, because it's my job to respect you. You got to give me something to respect.
Right.
You know, if
You're
women
right.
today got in peace and harmony and say, you know what we're gonna do? We not getting married. We not giving men none until they marry us. Men gonna get married overnight. And matter of fact, if y'all ask to end war and you ask for world peace and you're not giving it up until world peace, it'll be world peace tomorrow too.
Tomorrow.
See, yo, I'm for real. If women, hey, we not having sex no more unless there's world peace. Unless we have to literally try to control y'all. It's world peace tomorrow. Hey,
Yeah,
bro,
by
we working
midnight
on world
it's
peace.
world peace.
Working on world peace. There's some peace going around here. But what's going on, CEO man? How you doing, family?
I'm good, man. I'm just enjoying the show. Just waiting to get in on it.
You have every point of contention or something you wanted to add to it that you saw, my brother?
Nah, I was waiting for the next topic so we could just start from an even playing.
Well,
Okay.
I'm so happy Moonlight is, we feel better. We're gelling now. We're having a good time. So I hope she comes back, Moonlight. I hope you get back in here.
Yeah, I hope she come back as well.
There is something that my brother Shannon said before he left. I wanted to know y'all idea on it. He said the average man isn't a leader, and if you don't got no money, you can't be no leader. What y'all think about that?
No.
I think money is not a requirement to be a leader at all.
Right.
To be a leader, you have to have great organization skills, communication skills. Finance has nothing to do with it, in my opinion.
And know how to be a good follower too. You got to know how to follow people in order to get people to follow you. Like we were just talking about Malcolm X earlier. He wasn't the richest man, but we all revere him still to today. So
Right.
yeah, I don't think money. I think that men like Shannon are just simps, and so they're just speaking from a simp reference.
Well,
Well,
I just think I
well,
think he's young and can only attest, and he's limited by his nascience is caused by his observable reality, right? And he ain't traveled the world, ain't fought the IRS, don't have a diverse group of friends, haven't self-developed, probably don't read regularly as a point of strategy. So it's limited. People's advice and POV is limited by their observable reality, and their years of lived experience. And he strikes me as a young dude, and I'm sure that he'll evolve. But yeah, he was way off with that one. You don't reduce a
But
man's
I
leadership.
don't.
Go ahead.
I know it's not going to change overnight, but I believe it becomes a disingenuous conversation that's derailed when we move it to somewhere else other than the relationship. And typically, the man is the leader of the relationship because the woman picks who she's going to give cooperation to. So if you picking a man that you won't listen to, but you letting him bust inside your guts and letting him side you, then you a horrible follower. Like wherever you pick is your leader. So we ain't got to talk about the president of the United States. We ain't got to talk about the sergeant. We ain't got to talk about the CEO of JC Penney. We are talking about the relationship. Who typically is the leader of the relationship, and he the one that's giving, and you the one that's taking typically as well too. So again, we're talking about relationships, and the fact that there's men that can get everything from a woman, and he ain't got to pay nothing. He get it for free. And then here's go this guideline. This guy got to meet these guidelines, these principles, all these rules that she made. But this guy that she likes, she breaks all her rules for. So who's ultimately her leader? And the worst part about this is how so many women, if they want to play this game, why is it that so many women are so good at being led in the bedroom, but not being led as a wife?
okay, that's a lot. But I just wanted to simply say this before you get into that. I say a woman should trust a man that's been making good decisions before her, that's gonna make good decisions even while he with her. And it don't matter what's gonna happen between them, he gonna make good decisions after her. That's a good leader because you can
Ooh,
trust that man to tell her
who
about
said that?
herself. I don't like when women sit up here and meet a guy that's been making good decisions, in his life, and it reflects in the way that he lives. That when it's time to tell her about herself and her flaws, all of a sudden he don't know what he's talking about. So I just want to let it be known, you could trust a man that's been making good decisions and his life reflect that to follow him. But though you shouldn't go against the guy whose life makes sense. If his life makes sense and yours don't, you should probably close your mouth.
I concur.
But the woman again, it's like this yin and yang that God made. Y'all give access, or y'all the gatekeepers to everything. Ultimately, so either we being led by sex or we being led by order. If we living in a sexual world, it looked like the woman must be the leader. But if we living in a righteous world, then the man would ideally be the leader. But if we compete with sex, can't no man compete with a woman in the sexual market. There's a minority of men who will probably be having sex with those women, but nothing will inspire that man to even get committed because he has access to all these women, especially when he's having sex with other men's wives or other men's girlfriends as well too. Because there's a lot of women out here compromising their men as well too. So again, she's picking who the leader is, and then you define who gets to be the leader for you. But if you're picking a man that you wouldn't follow, who ultimately becomes the problem? Let me read these super chats.
It's time for some super chats.
Hey, much love to the 350 people still in the building, y'all. Please like, please subscribe, please share, yo. And all the videos, man, and everybody on the panel, whoever's simul streaming, y'all, please make sure you hype up the videos if they posting videos as well too, if they're consistent, y'all. We need 16 more memberships, y'all, and just let me see what we was at. $73 more in the Cash App to meet our goals. All right, let's read these super chats. If I can remember where we was, I think we were right. Nope, not there. Nope, we read that. Mont with a $200 super chat, who is the sponsor of the show. I gotta actually calculate the numbers. The meat riding 99 super chat. You and when you read my super chats to save my brother like everybody else, I'm gonna try. I think I don't know if that's a sister or a brother. on, I don't know whose side that is on, but much love to you for becoming a member on their side. Zero Fallout with the $5 super chat. Man marries a woman hoping she never change. Yep. Man marries a woman hoping she never changes. Women marry hoping he does. Both are equally disappointed. We know once they change that once she changed that man, she leaves. Hold on. We know once they change that she leaves. I'm confused. Hold on. We know once they change.
You're reading it right, but you understand what he's actually trying to say.
Yes,
I think they text fast.
I'm gonna try to survive that. And then Rice Smitty with the $5 super chat. Man is to commanding officer as a woman to executive officer. Much love to you, family.
Thank you for the $5. We were all born to be untouchable.
And then Mont with the $5 super chat. Igga is a black man. Definitely, you are a Igga.
A nigga is an ignorant person. Ignorant person. There's no color with nigger. A nigger is an ignorant person.
With the ER.
Nigger, however you want to say it.
It don't come from Niger when we was kings. It don't come from that.
Well, that's niggas.
Well, the definition of nigga is an ignorant person. That's the definition.
Okay.
And I know you can be ignorant in any color hue.
And
so
then Quinn,
right.
My sister Quinn with the $5 super chat, just stopping in to show love. This episode is fire. Hey panel, hey chat, love you Ali, and love your hat. Go Birds, team Ali. Much love to you, my sister Quinn.
Thank you for the $5, homie. For real. You know what that means? It's our time to shine. Let's light it up.
And then my brother homie ALG with the $2 super chat. Moonlight is showing why she is divorced.
What did you say, nigga?
She gonna be married soon.
And then homie ALG with the $2 super chat. Moonlight, shut the you know people land. You don't let people land. I think that's what And then homie ALG with the $2 super chat. 6 not wrong this time. I like gaslighting. Thomas Legacy with the $5 super chat.
It sound like he evolved. He's evolving.
For the $500 word homie 6, I got one for you. Go ahead 6.
Say that again.
I can't say that. Can you say that? Ultra microscopic.
Let me see. Let me try to read that. I'm not even gonna butcher that.
I'm pretty sure there's a short term for it too. Culture Empire.
Is that a medical terminology?
Ultra microscopic syllabaliconosis. With 45 letter term for lung disease.
Supercalifragilistic expialidocious, my brother.
And then homie with the $2, homie ALG with a $2 super chat. No Moonlight, you speaking for yourself. And then homie ALG again with the $5 super chat. Influence is the ability to indirectly affect, persuade, or shape outcomes, whereas control is the direct authority to dictate. And then CEO, hey Rose, smile, damn it.
And I'm bad like the Barbie. I'm a doll, but I still want to party.
And then my brother STO with a $10 super chat. I heard earlier you can't control another human being since they always have a choice to do whatever they want to do. That means women can't play victim and say men are controlling anymore. They do be flip-flopping on that, right? You can't control somebody. Somehow we can control you when you want to be controlled. Homie became a member as well too. Much love to you, my brother, for becoming a member. And then Lee Turner said, bruh, you are very long-winded. And then Mark Chapman with the $2 super chat, land the plane, brother. And then Mont with the $5 super chat, 6, you are Go ahead, 6. I'm gonna give you this one again. Go ahead. Read it. He's trying to mess you up again.
Grandiloquent, pretentious, and a literal definition of sesquipedalian.
I
I don't say this to be mean, but hopefully to help you reflect. Okay, what he did right there is just a word salad that he probably just Googled. He has no relationship with those words because they're presented as a non sequitur. So I'm gonna need you to at least develop relationship with the words before you try to use them, my brother. But thank you. Received.
CEO with the member for 3 months. I don't know who that guy is. 6, my brother. Your English grade had to be an A plus plus.
He was his English teacher's favorite student.
He had me up here looking up words, man. I was
And
like,
Omni
yo,
Design Studio with the $20 super chat. Real alpha men are silent. Man, here we go. Real alpha men are silent. They don't bark like all these fake red pill alphas. All women will submit to a true alpha man. A true alpha male knows how to protect and build. Men need to figure out this basic principle. It's crazy that the fact that he brings up Malcolm X, or we bring up even Martin Luther King, talking about they silent. Like real alpha men speak up. Let me see. I hate when they try to say that. You know what? It's like they'll say if a woman is speaking with a certain tone, they'll say she's speaking masculine. She's being masculine. But if a man speaks in that same tone, he's being feminine. It's crazy how we switch the frequency.
Whoa, that's a good one.
Ain't that crazy?
Damn. That's a good one.
Yeah. So men are made to be soft spoken, and the women now are the ones who can raise their voice. Ain't that crazy?
That's a good one. Yeah.
Mont with the $5 super chat. Who is the sponsor of the show? You are the sponsor of the show currently. Robert Platinum with the $2 super chat. Opulent 6, 2 syllables at a time, brother. And then Mont again with the $5 super chat. CEO, you don't get to confuse the two different words. ER and A are obviously different words. And then my brother Ducey with the member 5 months, Ali with the corn, and then Mont with the $5 super chat. Iga, you pronounce very word wrong. You don't know what they mean. Hold on real quick, y'all.
Crickets? Is there?
Huh?
I was looking for the cricket noise in my mind. I was playing the cricket.
You pronounce very. You're gonna try to slang an insult. I'm gonna need you to proofread.
Nah, when you super chat from a cell phone, YouTube will auto correct it and just put a word there that you didn't even say. So when you see
but
the
if you
99,
proofread before you hit send, it'll be correct. You proofread, but that's a sign of someone that wants to protect their intellectual integrity. Yeah, proofread before they hit send.
You said what now? If someone try to protect their intellectual,
when you want to protect your intellectual integrity, when you type in something, you're going to proofread it before you hit send. You're going to make sure that every word in there is correct and people is legible. They can read it.
Right.
If you want to protect your intellectual integrity, right? Because people trying to struggle to read your insult, they just take the lid out the dynamite. You kill your own punchline by not proofreading what you about to send. So we can laugh. I can laugh at myself. I can laugh, but don't make me struggle to do it. Damn.
So we're gonna start with this topic, right? Should we believe women when they say provide me loyalty and I can finance myself? And we're gonna start with CEO. Do you believe that when they say that? Provide me loyalty and I can provide myself. Can you substantiate, my brother?
Not at all, because then they're gonna start thinking, what is the use of you?
Right.
All these women, I don't care how well off a woman is, she gonna want a man to provide something.
Why you think they say that?
It's, I think based on how society is right now, the man got to be providing something more than just the bedroom stuff. They gonna need something. You better be able to match her bins. You better be able to match that house payment. You better be able to do something. Raise them kids, do something. That I don't believe that statement at all, though.
How about you, Boogie? Since you just came up here, should you believe a woman if she tells you provide me loyalty and I can finance myself? And let me do this real quick so y'all get a little bit more context. Ooh, my bad.
And we're told, they're not told to keep. Men do a lot to be better men, and we're told they're not told to keep a woman.
Well,
but women are trying to prove that they don't need a man.
Well,
but it's like the opposite.
Because when we get money so that we can take on dependence. I can have a family. I can have kids. When women get money, it's for your independence. I don't need a man. I don't need this. I can buy my own house. I can buy. But if you do that, you take away his need. If you got the house, the car, and he has no purpose for that relationship. So he will not have the vigor it takes to make sure that the relationship is abundant, joyous, and in harmony. He doesn't have the joy.
He can provide emotional intelligence.
It don't work like that. You can't tell a man what's intrinsically important to him just because you want it to be important. When you take away, that's why so many successful women are single. That's why. And I'm not saying that their decision was right or wrong. I am saying that they're devoid of being able to pair bond with the kind of man they want. And if they're going to successfully pair bond or have a half a chance at it, they got to date down.
Provide me loyalty, I can finance myself.
So again, what do you think about that, Boogie? You believe that?
No, the last statement threw me off.
Your mic coming through your computer mic. That's not your actual mic.
Oh, give me 1 second.
Was that 6?
Yeah.
Yeah. But like he said, a lot of successful women are single because they are failing to meet that counterpart, right? Someone that can match them. You got to be able to match these women if they're more successful than you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Perfect.
All right, I was gonna say the last statement threw me off, and I agree with 6. No woman, the only type of loyalty women really want from a man is to pay her bills. That's why they would rather be with a man who cheats as long as he's paying the bills and he's got the money. That's why anytime they make money, and again, back to 6, as soon as they make money, oh, I don't need a man. I'm independent. I don't need no man. I'm paying my own bills. But around the age of 35, 40, when they're tired of clocking in and out, that's when they want a man now. They still scream independence, but they still want the man to pay the bills. If you think I'm lying, try going out with an independent, strong, rich woman on a date and try to tell her, you know what, you're independent, you're strong. I don't want to disrespect you. Let's go 50-50 on the first date. She's going to think you're gay or something like that. So I agree with 6. Anytime they make money, they want a man making more. Otherwise, they'd rather die alone rather than go 50-50 with a man.
I think all that emotional intelligence stuff is just cap. I think that's cap. No woman is putting emotional intelligence before she puts money and looks. I don't believe that. I think that when women say that, they're trying to throw you off from knowing that they're 304s.
What you think, Savage?
I agree with the brother. I mean, the way I picture it, I mean, the man works for his family. He's working for the bigger picture of the legacy. He's passing down his name because that's kind of what he's leaving behind. Now, me personally, in my personal opinion, and this is not for everybody, but I think that makes you appreciate the man just a little bit more, is that purpose and being a part of that vision. I mean, a lot of people not gonna like me for saying this, but I think the best position a woman can be in her life is to support. And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I think the moment you try to compare yourself to the man, be equal to the man, then you really don't appreciate being a woman. You know? I mean, if you working for the bigger picture, then I want my life to be as easy as possible. I think it's a little crazy a little bit to try to work super hard so you can put the man in a softer spot, but he's designed for something more. But you want to be in your soft girl era. Yeah, no, that don't make sense. I mean, it don't register.
Why do you think there's women that say that, give me loyalty and I can finance myself? Why do you think they say that, even if they don't mean it?
Listen, that statement threw me off. I was like, damn.
Yeah, me
like,
too.
Listen, I don't even know what to say to a woman like that. It's just like, do you appreciate the man? That's my next question to her. Like, what do you love about the man if you want his position so bad?
That threw me off because there's plenty of average men who would rather be there's nothing more than they can do than being loyal to a woman. Plenty of men. If it's really about being loyal, there's plenty of men who can't pull women. Meaning, if he gets in a relationship, he's gonna be loyal by default. But somehow those men can't find women. So I don't believe a thing she said when it comes to just give me loyalty, I can finance myself. They're gonna go in debt. Is she gonna pay for the debt or something like that? So it's all bullshit.
I
Excuse
don't
my
know. I'm just gonna be honest. I really don't know. I mean, every woman is different. You have some women that's just extremely ambitious and they really do feel like I got this. And you got some women that's just like they're competing with the man to prove it. And it's just like then you got some women that's just trying to protect themselves from hurt because of whatever the hell trauma that their mama passed down to them. So but for us, like I said, I say a healed woman that's comfortable in her feminism. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that she want her man at
Oh, why
home.
she always got it that healed? I'm telling you honest truth. I hate that word. Like I really
Healed?
hate. Yeah. Oh, I hate it.
Why?
Like because I never met one that healed.
Facts.
No one's ever met a woman that healed.
I
I've never
agree.
met her.
I healed.
And they
You the only
stay
one then. You the only
Ali.
one. It's just the
That's
verbiage.
not true.
So what does that mean to heal? Like we all
So
encounter negative aspects of life, right? We all have to endure a certain type of difficulty to be men and women. There's a normalcy of difficulty you got to encounter to be a man and a woman. So this healing thing, it's almost like it deflects from the fact that you need to grow up and mature. So women, instead of women
that's
say I need to grow up and mature.
mm-mm.
No, let me,
Ali, I
and you
gotta
got it.
stop you.
And you got it. All right, I'll give it to you, land. The women who say that, it's a lot of women who will go to therapy. It's a lot of women who will use God the same way. They get to heal on their own time instead of being to a person how they're supposed to be and be responsible for their actions and decisions. So they'll expect you to give them what they need. They expect you to be a complete person. But when they can't give you what you're asking for, and when they disrespectful for you, or they can't adhere to the relationship or do their part, they'll say, I need to heal. That's why I can't do it.
Okay, so to answer that, to be healed, and I do consider myself healed.
Mhm.
It starts off with accountability. Accountability, it's not about you, she, them, nuh-uh. It's about where I went wrong. When you accept where you went wrong and you can say with confidence without feeling so much shame and hurt in your heart, like, hey, I messed up. I can be better. I need to do better. I see where I need to, improve at. And then honestly reflect that, and then say, I've accepted the pain of my actions. Then that's healing. When you've healed from that, you've accepted where you went wrong in your life and understood the consequences of it. Now you're ready to learn. You're not ready to deflect and run no more. You're not making excuses no more. You're ready to stand up front and center and have your self-awareness reflecting who you are. That's being able to say, yes, I did this. Yes, I was wrong, but I'm ready to be better. I'm ready to see the bigger picture. I'm ready to listen. I'm ready to understand. I'm ready to understand that it's not all about me, it's about us. I'm ready to walk in the way that I'm supposed to be. Okay, I'm proud of who I am. I understand I messed up, but that's a part of my growing process because that's what I needed to have better awareness, to be able to better prepare for having more. That's being able to look at somebody and be vulnerable. You healed when you're able to be vulnerable. I'm not going to hide nothing. If I'm mad, I'm going to say, baby, I'm upset because you said this to me. You did that to me. And then I'm going to give you room for clarity or to clear something up or to show me what needs to be seen without getting in your way. I'm not going to get in the way of you teaching and leading me. I'm not going to compete with you. I know who I am and I know who you are and I know who I got with. So when you have that respect for the other person, you have respect for yourself, you don't get in the way of anything that's going to better you and challenge it because you want to be right. Who cares about being right? Do the right thing. That comes with healing.
So the reason again, if I'm cheating on people, if I'm breaking people, if I'm destroying people, if I'm a liar, if I'm a womanizer, it keeps me from looking like a bad person by saying I've healed. So I'll tell people, I'm doing that to people because I haven't healed yet. The typical people who will use that word heal is people who are doing wrong towards other people, who are violating other people, and they'll say I can't do better because I haven't healed as a person yet. Now, if you're talking about a person who doesn't know any better, they're not educated, they're not edified, they don't know how to love, they don't know how to show compassion, they don't know how to be empathetic, they don't know how to treat other people. That's different than the way people typically are using healed. They'll say it when they're doing something to somebody else and they expect themselves to still be treated good from that person. They'll say they're incapable because they haven't healed yet. So I get where you coming from, and I can look at a person who's immature, hasn't developed, doesn't know the responsibility of caring for another person or treating another person, even though I think that's another word as well too. But every time, most of the women that we see using that word, because I never hear a man said he has to heal. Like it's never a man. It's typically women who say they have to heal. It's always a certain type of woman who demonstrates extremely negative characteristics towards other people, and they'll say, I'm not able to grasp how I'm supposed to treat other people because I haven't healed yet.
I would
And
say
they
for
already
people that do stuff like that are manipulative. If you out here causing harm and being detrimental to those around you, not only do you need to heal, you need to sit your ass down at home and get the hell away from people and stop causing problems. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got no right to ask nobody for nothing. How dare you ask to have somebody be this or do that for you? You can't even be that for them. So I personally feel like you don't have the right to have your hand out. You have the right to put your hands in your pocket and walk the hell away and leave people alone. You definitely have the right to do that. But if you're going to be honest about healing, then say what you need to heal from. You need to be like, look, I was in a poor relationship and I'm ready to hold any and everybody else accountable because I can't see past this hurt. That's called being honest. That's called being transparent. You need to be transparent with people and don't withhold no information from people when you feel ready, because you don't know what you're making them sign up for. I can't stand when I see people be like, I'm going to tell this to this person when I'm ready. I'm going to expose this when I'm ready. No, because what you're doing is taking a decision away from somebody and then you have them be a part of something that they might not agree with. And I don't like that, taking choices from people. I hate
and you
when
just
people
did
do
it,
that.
and you just made, and that's why I hate heal. You just talk because someone can heal in 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. And a lot of women say it. I will treat you how you want to be treated, or I'll respect you like you want to be respected when I'm ready. A woman will settle down when she's ready. She'll get married when she's ready. She'll be a wife when she's ready. But before she's doing that, she's doing everything and everything else. She's on her 304 phase. She's on her fun phase. She's on a disrespect phase. She's in a gold digging phase. She's doing everything but treating other people the way she should be treating other people. And she'll go, oh, it's because I got to heal. That's why I don't like the word. So if it's actually having to heal, why does it take most people to the point that they never heal? Like I said, I've never, CO6, Boogie, Smell the Roses. How often do you hear somebody say they've healed? I never hear, and Book Savage probably the first person I heard say they healed, but I never hear none of these women say they've healed.
I heard that in every relationship until this marriage I'm in right now, bro. And one of the key factors that Savage just said is like your antennas could go up and you could pick up on something, and they'll be like, I just wasn't ready to tell you. No, you should have told me when I figured it out. Right. We could have had that conversation when I was ready, not no 3, 4, 5 months down the line. You know what I'm saying? So I never,
because they're doing it for themselves. It's like if my lady, I'm doing wrong by my lady, and she finally leaves me, it takes me years to get over that. And I all the stuff that I was doing towards other women, I figured out that she was the best one I ever had, and these other women are horrible. Like they don't treat me with the same respect. They're not the women that I should have been with. I'm coming back for me. I'm not coming back for her. I'm circling the block for her. And then I may tell her I've healed now and I'll do right by you. But a lot of times when people are not ready and then they all of a sudden become ready, it's typically about them. It's not about the other person. It's not about how you should treat other people.
So you know when somebody healed, when they're not ready to hide nothing no more. You know if somebody's there for you, if they helping you in your discernment. I encourage you to judge me. I encourage you to see me. I encourage you to ask me questions. Whatever helps you feel comfortable, I'm not going to get in the way of that. But when somebody is taken away from things like, I'm not ready for you to see this, I'm not ready for you to know this, I feel uncomfortable with this, and that means you're not ready to be somebody's wife. You're not ready to be with somebody because you still have shame in your heart. You haven't healed. But when you lose that shame, and you've owned what you've done, you've taken that accountability, you have that self-awareness, you did the work, then you shouldn't have no problem saying what you did, what you was a part of, what happened in your life, and allow that person to have a decision if they want to be with you or not. You don't take decisions from people. You be transparent. I don't give a damn about honesty. I care about what's visual, what could be seen, what's tangible. Being honest don't make you transparent. It's a difference.
Is that when women say they're born again virgins? Is that the same thing as healing? Because it's around the age of 30, 35 when
no,
they
that's
find
a
Jesus.
lie. That's a lie. They just said that to make them feel better. Trust me, I fell for that trap too. I had a grandma look at me and say I was a born again virgin. I said, stop it, granny. You know, dang well, got ran through like a choo-choo train. Just said you had a lot of bodies and you ready to own up and say, I'm ready to sit down and slow down. Stop it, granny. Stop it.
And that's what I'm.
Keep your peppermint candy too. I don't want it. It's been in your purse for decades.
The butterscotch, yeah.
But it's a choice. All it is a choice. Either I'm gonna get over it in a second. I'm gonna get over it. You know what? They did a data the other day, and they were saying, I meant to share it on here, is the how men are way more forgiving than women. Like men are ultra forgiving. No matter what's happening, typically men are more forgiving than women. And if men weren't forgiving, we wouldn't have as much relationships where women typically hold grudges. So when we talk about this healing phase, it's typically when the person changes their mind or makes the choice to want to do what they're asked to do, or versus not doing it or not being a mature individual. It's ultimately a choice. That's why I can't stand that, because if we didn't have mental health the way in the capacity that it's moving now, if we didn't give people the leverage to go to therapy, give people the leverage to go get understanding, let people the leverage to use God's name in vain, people would have to develop extremely fast. I mean, right then and there, instead of pick your battles. Nah, we fixing it right now, but there's no consequences to people's behaviors and how they treat other people. So I can always go, hey, you're not going to change. Nah, I'm healing. Nah, I'm going to therapy. Nah, God got me. Like, it's always an excuse for the person's behavior because society's giving someone the ability to run away from it.
With those
I
type of people.
disagree.
Oh,
I
go ahead.
disagree, Ali,
Go
because
ahead.
I can
Okay,
speak
so
for
why,
myself
if you
for
disagree,
this.
but if you disagree, why is there more an abundance of people who refuse to treat people right? More people who don't have accountability or responsibility to do what's right. Why is there an abundance of people not living the right way versus the people who live the wrong way?
There's always consequences for doing somebody wrong.
Mhm.
There's always. And when you find somebody that you really love and you hurt them and you ain't got access to them no more and you can't control it because they walked away from you, the choice is not yours. That's a different type of hurt that make you change. That's a different type of hurt that make you sit back and think about what you've done. It will hurt so much what you did to them. You'll hurt yourself. You'll feel like you can't deal with yourself. You'll feel like you almost start glitching in a sense because you can't tolerate what you've done because you love somebody and that karma hit different. You know, it's to the point where it's like you lost them to the point where you had no choice but to change because you don't even want to hurt yourself like that no more to hurt the person that you love. That's the thing that makes somebody sit down. And it's always, well, not always, but majority of the time is when it's too late.
I'm not disagreeing with you. If you're talking about a person who cares about how they hurt other people and being empathetic, what I'm saying is that if it actually was working, why is majority of people breaking each other and disrespecting each other more so than being people who are actually treat each other the right way? That's what I'm asking. That the evidence doesn't show it. That it looks like people using God's name in vain, people going to therapy, people using the term healing is making people worse. It's not making them better. And I ran facilities 15 years in mental health where we became babysitters and enabled people and gave them attention for their bad behaviors instead of giving them consequences or incentives that would probably, never mind, we're giving them consequences where it's higher than the incentive to make them do better. But most people are not afraid to treat disrespect and doing wrong by people because there's no consequences to their actions. If we gave people consequences for their actions and shame people more so than giving the people the space to heal and think about how they need to treat other people until they're ready to do it, we'd have a different society. But since people have the right to manipulate, people have the right not to be accountable, people have the right to mistreat people, and they still get a prize after it, more people, especially women, don't have no reason to change.
Well, I agree with both of you. Savage is right and you're right. The duality exists because, for the most part, man or woman, you will suffer the consequences of your improvidence at some point. We see it from women when they reach the latter part of their years, when the novelty of their beauty wear off, and that's what you talked about on the last episode, where they just grab any man that can put up with their shit and help them while they're in survival mode. That is, but see, the thing is, even though they can grab onto a man, and there's always to be some type of pliable, feeble-minded, milquetoast guy that'll jump on the bandwagon with her, she's still unhappy because that's not her first choice. So she's still living in a relationship where she'll be suffering from her improvidence eventually because she got a man, but not the man she wants, or always have a wandering eye and live a less than desirable lifestyle. So her improvidence would catch up to her. Now, men that act in that same way, his improvidence would catch up to him because when men that think like that and act like that tend to create broken households. And if they were there financially or not there financially, they wasn't there as the main primary caretaker. So what tends to happen is the child grows up
and the mother has a pernicious effect on that child. So as that child grows older, you're like, yeah, they'll understand when they get older. They never understand. They never come around. They end up inheriting their mama's attitude towards you. So now you lost your lineage. Now you of older age, sure, you can get a woman that can please you sexually. And sure, if you well off, you can get a woman that don't mind wheedling her way into your bedroom. But now you're just paying a bill because you got a baddie. And then we all know a bad bitch is a net negative. But you have rendered yourself unworthy of a good woman at a certain age, because at a certain age and mindset, good women they have a expedited discernment. So y'all both can be single, but a good woman at a certain age, that first date, she'll know like he's not what I'm looking for. So you still end up saying, one of my mentees is recently like in liminality. He's about to be divorced. They live on different coasts now. And he was telling me today, he was like, yeah, I went out this weekend, man. It's different out there. It's kind of sparse. It's kind of hard. And you know, he's a couple of years older than me. It's a different story, but he's feeling the effects of not taking good advice and losing his lineage. You know, he's pretty well off, pretty good looking guy from what the ladies say, but it's still hard out there for him because after a certain another one of my mentees said, I'm dealing with two girls and one of them grown. I said, what does that mean, grown? He was like, well, I want her to kind of be all over me. And she's like, nah, every dude got a DICK. If you want me to be with you like that, you got to show me something more. Then he was like, but I got this 24-year-old, you know, she come over, we get down or whatever, and she leave. And he was like, but I like the grown woman, but she not giving me what I want. And I was like, well, the woman that you consider grown is evolved, and she's our age. Like she's not gonna get a tickle in her pink parts because you're saying nice things to her. Like she's evolved past that. You have to show her more. And this 24-year-old, she's infantile, right? So she's influenced by your cars and all that, but you can't create a life with a woman like that. And these guys are both, I'm giving an example, a real example, both my age, a couple of years, we're in the same age category. And I'm like, if you even go for the 24-year-old, that won't last because you have her by like 30 years. Y'all are in a tacit contract. You continue to trick on me, and I'll come do tricks on your DICK. That's a tacit contract. If you run out of money, or you will run out of money if you participate in the profligate ideals that she got. You cannot keep up. But you also, like, I can't just lock the grown woman, as he called her. She's hard to lock down. Because the same tricks you pull on these infantile women don't work on the evolved women. So he's feeling the effects of not taking good advice. So again, while you're right, Brother Ali, so is Savage. Eventually, everyone has to deal with the consequences of their improvidence, right? So you can't just be hurting people and use I'm healing as a passport to continue that inertia, because it will render you you would disqualify yourself from a good pool of women or men to source from when you want to have that relationship. Because trust me, when you start to get in your latter years, things mean less, memories and people mean more. And you're going to look around and like, I don't have a lot of good friends, so I couldn't even throw a birthday dinner. My kids are upper age, but they don't even come around. I am dating women, but they all shallow and none of them really do it for you. You start to look around and be like, damn, I may have played this whole game wrong. So it's best to evolve. Sure, mistakes are heuristic, but try your best not to crash into people while you're interacting with them.
You just made me think about, you just made me think about something, man.
Go ahead, I'm ready.
This is why I hate healed, right? Because when you think about it, this person that say they healed, right? They struggle with respecting people. They struggle with loving people. They struggle with being a good person. They struggle with holding themselves accountable. A lot of these people were horrible towards other people. They don't ever say that. I was a wretched person. I was a disgusting person. I hurt people. I'm about to call up all the people that I disrespected, all the people I led astray, all the people I let down. They just use that. I'm healed. There's no reference to or context to how horrible of a person you are and what makes you healed now. Why are you such a good person now? For instance, I'll give you another example. A woman will be celibate and abstinent and tell you she respects herself now, and you gotta wait for her to have sex with her until you married, but nobody else had to get married to her to get sex, right? But if they didn't get cooperation from you, a good woman, before you got sex with them, and then when you had sex with them, they didn't get a good woman, Why should I trust you? And why should I believe that you're a revered woman now just because you're not having sex and just because you keeping your legs closed, but you didn't work on being a better woman? That's the same way, like I told you, the same way women use they healed, and this the same way they say they use God. They're not telling you nothing they did to learn what a man is, nothing about how much they learned the Bible, how they supposed to be a wife, what made them a horrible person. All they tell you, and you still think they're a horrible person, is, you know what? I found God. I got the Bible now. I've healed. It's just terms to make you think that they've changed and they've improved their lifestyles or they change in character. But typically it's just the word they saying to honestly disarm you so you accept them and still believe in them and commit them into a relationship. Because if you truly healed as a person, if you truly godly as well too, it'd be reflective of your life. And a lot of people who say they healed, a lot of people who say they got God in their life, they typically are not those type of people. That's why I struggle with and not saying she not healed, or if she is healed, is why I struggle with accepting those terms, because the people who use those terms, typically their life isn't reflective of it.
Well, a dog don't walk up to you and say, "Hey, you know I'm a dog, right?" If
True.
you heal, we know you heal. It's in your actions, it's in your speech, it's embedded in your behavior. And
Right.
unfortunately, I was one of them dudes that, I was a menace. I heard a lot of people. I was young. I didn't know no better. That's not an excuse. I truly, most of the things
That's
I didn't
great.
know better. I didn't know to the degree of what I was hurting people. I didn't understand the gravity. I knew this was wrong. I knew it was effed up. But I didn't start understanding the gravity of my choices until I began to self-develop. Right? Because
Listen what you saying. No, listen to what you're saying. If me, you, and CEO and Boogie just started telling women around me, I'm a good man, I'm a leader, you like, think about what you're saying. Most people wouldn't believe us if we led like that. You should be with me because I'm a good man, I'm a good leader. Women wouldn't listen to that. You know what I'm saying? And women need to submit to me. Like, literally, if you're saying that to your woman, you need to be with me because you got to submit to me. You need to be with me because I'm a good man, I'm a good leader. You get what I'm saying? We allow women to get away with those type of behaviors or those type of terminology, and they can just turn on a switch or turn it off whenever they want to. It's just like, if she don't want to be a wife in the first phase of her life, she don't have to. But then all of a sudden she'll put on a t-shirt, somebody's wife. You get what I'm saying?
See, that's the thing. She's still, and that's the That's why a lot of marriages crash and burn, because just because you put a ring on her, that's the worst thing to marry a woman that ain't a wife, is the worst thing ever. You can put a wig on a pig and a coat on a goat, but it won't change the taste of a meat. You have to be a wife before you become a wife. That is in your behavior. Matter of fact, that's in your track record. Imagine a kid telling me, I want to go play D1 college, but you hanging with people that gang bang and participate in violence. If you want to be a pilot, you be like, nah, I ain't finna smoke this weed. I can't smoke weed. I'm going to be a pilot. Let's go rob this store. I can't rob a store with y'all because I'm going to be a pilot. See, these young women, grandmothers of the old school, you want to be a wife, you got to start telling these women, I can't do that. I can't be on Instagram showing my skin like this. I can't hang with you. I'm trying to be a wife. See, when a woman meets a man, she's interested in his future. So she want to predict his trajectory. What do you do for a living? So she can predict how their future gonna be. She's interested in, what will my future be like if I was with you? Men, when they meet a woman, they want to know, what is your past like? Because they have to be very careful. A thinking man has to be very careful of who he allows to be a part of his legacy, because they could very well destroy it and erode that legacy. So at the conception of the relationship, they both go ahead.
You just said something else, sis. I'm just listening to you. That's why I love it. You gotta prove it. A man has to prove it.
Absolutely.
You gotta show that
a
money.
Woman doesn't have to prove it.
You just
she
have
just
to believe
says
her.
it. You just have to believe her. A man gotta prove it. Hey, what you drive? Where you work? Where you live? A woman just, I'm a God-fearing woman. I'm healed. I'm ready to be somebody's wife. Okay, prove it. Like, show me what you did and the work that you put in, and show me that you somebody's wife, that you can be a kept woman, that you this righteous woman, this angelic feminine woman. And that's the problem with relationships today, because they don't have to prove it. We have to always prove it.
Well, see, I blame the men at that, because if
you can't do that, sis. You can't do that.
But see, a thinking man, if you a thinking man, not every man is a thinking man. Some men can be easily ensnared by a woman's sexuality, but a thinking man, you can't ensnare him by your sexual. He's a thinking man, and he'll watch. Matter of fact, he ain't only listen to. I don't trust words. I don't even trust actions. You know what I trust, Ali?
patterns.
Mm-hmm.
I look at
Facts.
your pattern of behavior, and that's what we're gonna go off.
Right.
Like a credit score. I don't care
what species on Earth and what gender has this phenomenal power of having the ability to always change their mind?
Women.
So what we talking about, 6? They're not the same. They're not the same person. 3 days, 5 days, 6 days, 2 hours in a row. There's times you'll be like, yo, and you know it, smell the rose. I'd be like, oh shoot, here it come. Like all of us on the panel know how to adjust. When we see something coming, we go, woo, we gotta adjust to whatever this is today. Somebody woke up on the wrong side of the bed today. You know, y'all know what I'm talking about.
This is true, but it's true, but it's manageable. See, I don't want to conflate hyper ambivalence, because some women are hyper ambivalent.
Ambivalence. Oh my God.
They sway, they change emotions, right? And that can be disruptive to the relationship. But a woman has a propensity to be ambivalent anyway. But if it's done if it's done fragmented, it's a man's job to help regulate that and just accept it. That's like buying a dog and be like, man, I hate this dog. It bark. Dogs bark sometimes. So wait, let me finish. Let me land real quick. This is what made me mad about men. Some of the shit that's just intrinsically encoded into women, some of it, y'all want to change it. You don't want a woman to be a woman, so you might as well go be with a man. Just like I don't want my dog to ever bark. From time to time, a dog gonna bark. From time to time, a fucking cow gonna moo and a cat gonna meow to say, hey man, never do that. Then you don't want a dog or cat. I say the same thing when women complain about intrinsic behaviors of men. Like, that's just what a man gonna do sometimes. Complain about that, you wanna go be with a woman. So again, they have the propensity to be ambivalent. They have the propensity to vacillate. If it's manageable, you gotta take that to the chin. That's just what women are. You take that one to the chin.
So we shouldn't hold each other accountable because we have some innate characteristics about each other? Or?
Absolutely. Under certain circumstances, let me be clear, under certain circumstances, like I say, hyper ambivalence, it ain't gonna work because there's no foundation to create a happy, healthy, fruitful relationship. But some ambivalence, as long as it's not disruptive, you cannot be like, hey, I need to rid this whole spirit of ambivalence, this whole vacillating. They don't even know what they want to eat sometimes. And you can run 1,000 restaurants. They'll say no to all. Say, you pick what you want. And then you pick something. They say, I don't really want that. And you say, but you told me to pick it. This little things like that they have the propensity. It's encoded in their DNA.
It's manipulative. 6. You know what I keep saying? We respect our women more than we respect anybody else. Nobody can play with us the way our women play with us. Our women will respect everybody else more than they respect us. They won't play with everybody else like they play with us. So when we say she'll listen to her boss, she'll listen to a sergeant, she'll listen to a pastor, she'll listen to her girlfriends, she'll listen to her kids. Like, she don't play with people the way she play with her man. But the man won't let nobody play with him the way he let his woman play with him.
Well, let me say, you're right.
Hold on, let me real quick. So why can't we say, oh, okay, let a man be a man now? If her mouth get crazy like that, then he has to control himself. Oh, he ain't got to control himself no more. The reason why women didn't play with men the way they play with them now, because you couldn't play with a man 50, 100 years ago, 50 to 100, going back forward. You say something crazy out your mouth and you act like a man, he was going to treat you just like that. In certain cities, they still got laws on what you do with a woman who's disobedient, and a woman who talk back, and a woman who acting like a Jezebel, or a woman who becoming a harlot. On what you would take it to there's laws still in certain cities where you could take the woman to the steps, and certain things can happen. So if we're gonna go use this, she's just a woman, then we need to push for a man being a man. And they're gonna be, oh, you asking a man to be crazy. You asking a man to be, no, I'm not. If a man can control himself with his lady, and he's reflective of his behaviors by not doing something he would do normally to somebody else when his lady does something, then a woman should be even more careful with the way she treats the person that loves her more than anybody else. She should have a lot of reservation. She should have a lot of patience. She should have a lot of understanding. She should be more loving. She should be more giving. She should be more supportive of this person that's inside of the house with her, more than what everybody else thinks about her outside of the house, more so than social media, more so than her girlfriends, more so than anybody else. You get what I'm saying? So what a man thinks should be more than what you think. You know what's bothersome to me more that I see? It's abundance of women who going under the knife. They getting BBLs. They chop. They doing stuff to their breasts. They doing stuff to their booty. They doing stuff to their face. They getting filters. They getting makeup. That's not what's gonna help you keep a man. All you got to do is work on your behaviors and work on the things that a man needs in order to be in a relationship. You work on everything else but what a man actually would like to benefit from, so you can compete with other women on who got a bigger breast and who got a bigger booty and who face look the prettiest, instead of which one of us got the most righteous man, the best man, the most supportive man, a loving man, a community man. They chopping themselves up, just competing with each other, not even having no men at all.
Well, let me say, you're right. You're absolutely right. But I don't want to conflate the women's propensity to be emotionally ambivalent with them leaning into their masculine, because we kind of conflated that when you say that, the way they talk and become aggressive, then the man should be able to be a man and treat her like a man. That's something different from her being emotionally ambivalent and then leaning into her masculinity. That's something totally different. And I don't think any woman should put herself in a position to need a man's restraint from doing something physical to her. You can't just assume that every man under fire and under pressure is going to be like, but you a girl, so I'm going to let it slide. I would not tell my father of 3 beautiful daughters, I wouldn't even tell my daughters to do something like that for their sake and mine. I love my life. I want to be free. And if a man put his hands on you, then I'm not going to be free and he ain't going to be here. None of us win. So just certain things I wouldn't want you to, my children as young lady, don't even put yourself in that position. But my daughters,
can I cut you off real quick?
Mm-hmm.
So that means if your daughter's disrespectful, if your daughter for the streets, she don't never deserve a husband again. If we're gonna say that this man has to get his life taken for putting his hands on a woman who's disobedient and completely dismissive and disrespectful to manhood, then this woman isn't deserving of a husband. She no longer. Nobody should give this woman support. Nobody should give this woman praise. Nobody should enable this woman. Nobody should. Your daughter. I'm saying our daughters. If we have these type of daughters, ain't nobody getting married. I should be the same. Hey man, you ain't nobody getting married to my daughter. If I'm that supportive of my daughter when a man put her hands on her, then I'd be that supportive of the man. If he's getting an unruly woman, hey, she ain't getting no marriage, she ain't getting no support, she ain't getting no protection from nobody. That's how we should be moving as well too, right?
I kind of agree.
You don't hear no. Listen, walk with me though. We real quick to go save her, and I'm not.
I'm walking with you.
I'm not saying that we shouldn't do that. We should support our women, right? But if she's unruly. And I know this is my daughter. Hey, you ain't getting married to her. She ain't getting no husband. She ain't getting. You get what I'm saying?
I agree with you to a certain degree. So first of all, I'm not speaking to all women. I don't know who their fathers, their brothers are. So I'm not saying all men deserve to die if they put their hand on a woman. But you're gonna die. You put your hands on one of mine, and I'll go happily sit down. That's what's gonna happen. You will meet your ancestors. So you never have to worry about missing grandma no more. These are mine, and you will not put your hands on them. But I never advise my daughters or even raise them to put their hands on a man. Matter of fact, my first 2 children, a lot of times me and their mother, and this is my fault, I had kids young. I was a father before I was a man, so I didn't grow up in a household with them. My kids' mother didn't understand some of my teachings, and I used to tell her, I am teaching them how to be good wives. I want them to grow up and be a good woman so they can get a good man. So some of my techniques is grooming them to be a good woman, because every woman want a good man until it's time for her to be a good woman. Now, as far as
hold on, six. I'm trying to get you 6. What happens to a woman that violates your son?
In what way?
No, in the worst way. So what's the equivalent? Obviously, men and women, a woman can't beat up no man, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if a woman cheats on her man, if a woman sabotages her family, what's the consequences from a man? Like, we got all these consequences. Hey man, a man put his hands on my daughter, he leaving this earth. What's the consequences for a woman violating your son?
Well, that's why I said it. That's why I said in what way? Because if it's cheating, then cheating does not give you carte blanche to man or woman to react.
What do you think? What do you think is equivalent? So what would be equivalent would be her words, I would think, because a man putting his hands on a woman, it ain't the same as a woman putting her hands on a man, because she can't match him physically. But mothers and women can destroy men with their words. But cheating is another thing. If you cheat on a man and you violate him and shame him in front of all of society, and cheating on a man is really emasculating him. This man ain't good enough. This man ain't up to par. You violated that man cheating, and you violate that man with your words. So what I'm asking, and this is just a conversation we having, just look at what's in society, how protective we are of our women when they're violated, versus the fact when the men are violated, ain't no fathers coming to address this woman, ain't no mothers coming to address this woman. What they go is, you know what? That's just a woman. She's emotional. She's chaotic. She's impulsive. She's unstable. And we just accept it as a society. But if a man does something, there's fathers coming to ride. Something happened to my daughter, men, uncles, brothers, we coming to ride for our sister, for our mother, that's what we still crash out.
Well, let me say this. I have to concede, you know, you do a good job most of the time. A lot of times bringing up a point or a POV
we never think about
that I never even thought about, right? And I'm smart enough. I have to concede because I have to ruminate on that, because I never even thought about the fact that there is no retribution for the reverse gender in that way. I never even thought about that aspect.
You made me think about it. When I talk to certain people, they make me think of the stuff you say, make me think like the stuff certain minds, even CEOs, Boogie can do it too. When we don't, it's not a lot of us don't have these conversations. And then a lot of us don't have these conversations and intentionally try to make it disingenuous as well too, and make it seem like we deliberately talking about violence or being demeaning towards women. We're talking about the fact that if you do something to women, there's a huge consequence that comes behind that is protecting women.
Right.
There's no consequence for protecting men.
But remember earlier when I opened my statement up and I said men and women live under two different sets of consequences. Remember I say a woman live under a different set. We are heavily scrutinized for and the more we talk, because I never even realized the other part, that women do get to use I'm healing as a passport for all the.
And God.
I never really I need to ruminate on that. I don't have a rebuttal. There's no way I can, in good faith, rebuttal that, because you're right, and I don't know. I don't know.
You can just tell your son to leave. That's the best you can do, because
that's right. But he's saying the balance of the expectation of how we corral around women when they've been done wrong and say, hey, these are the set. You touch my daughter, you die. You do this. There's a set of consequences already embedded. But there's no consequences in reverse.
We had to jump the broom. Remember,
there will be for my son.
We had shotgun. Remember, there was shotgun weddings back then. You know what I'm saying? A father was like, "You gonna marry my daughter?" You know what I'm saying? But when the woman did something, hey man, you must not be man enough.
Yeah.
Ain't that crazy? You just not man enough. She don't she ain't listening because she don't like you or respect you. That's it. But for the woman. And don't go, oh, he ain't like you and didn't respect you. It was what he do. Hey, y'all, line up everybody. Yo, we gonna go see this brother. We about to go see him. That's all. It's innate, but there's no protection again for the men and for the young men in society, for our sons. If somebody violate our sons, there's no protection for them. They just emasculate and go, they're not man enough. He wasn't man enough for me.
I think the only protection, just off the top of my head, the only protection is to preemptively teach our sons how to develop discernment to judge these women on their intangibles instead of the novelty of their looks, right? That's the only, off the top of my head, because a lot of times the things that I've heard men complain about from their women or their ex are things that pre-existed, things that if you had discernment, you would have picked up on, but you was led by your sexuality. And it was easy to ensnare you, and you overlook those things. Because a woman that's all about money, it's very hard for a woman to pretend to like you for you when she really like you for you. It's really hard to pull that off. Most men know she only here for my money. Matter of fact, I teach men, if you need money to get her, she ain't the one. And when you're pulling out money and trying to impress her, you need to be playing broke, trying to test her. That's what you need to be trying to do, to see how she would act if you never made another dollar, and this the lifestyle we was gonna live right here. We have to go to Applebee's for the rest of our life. Would you be happy? Because women, no matter what category, no matter how beautiful she is, tall, short, heavy, every woman has a man that they love enough that they would say, hey, if you never make another dollar, I'm rocking with you. We can live in the projects together. But if she don't, like, women make rules.
We got another problem.
They don't really like.
We got another problem.
Break the rules for men that they like.
You got a daughter?
Me? I have 3.
You gonna let any man marry her with no money?
I wouldn't want that for her.
That's what I'm saying.
I wouldn't listen.
Six, we be saying about
Look,
2 6.
listen.
We be saying
Because I gotta be honest.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. But the daddies do it too. My daughter ain't marrying nobody who can't take care of.
If I walk into these punches, I'm gonna be honest.
He said, I got 3.
I would not want that for her. Let me tell you what happened. When my daughter was about 18 or 19, I met one of her dudes. I was like, all right, come on, let's go to lunch. Brought him lunch. I said, what you do? Basically, he did nothing. He obfuscated and meandered, and then was like, but you know, I want to be a guard. I want to be a security guard. And I said, all right, well, why you not a security guard? Like, what's going on with that? And he's like, well, I need my birth certificate, and I ain't got that, and the social security card, and the guard card costs blah 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 blah. So I'm there irritated, right? My daughter 19, she's a baby. She don't understand what I understand, that if you tether yourself to him, however he go, eventually you gonna go. So I waited till he finished talking. I said, look, here, take my number down. This is what I'm gonna do for you. I'm gonna send you the money for your birth certificate and your social security card and for your guard card license. You got 1 month to get it. If you don't get it, then we're gonna have a different conversation. And then another thing he did, which I talked to my daughter separately, because my daughter checked him, but I gave me the look because that's my daughter. Like, she was kind of annoyed with me. I forgot what he said, but he cursed. Like, yeah, that shit. Woo, woo, woo. And I looked. I said, hey man, what's your problem, boy? Don't cuss in front of me. And then she looked at him like, and said on her breath, I told him. But then I went hard on him. And then later she was like, Dad, you ain't. I said, nah, you don't understand. That nigga tried to test me. He did that, purposely used that tone and curse to see the type of man I was. He wanted to see just how involved I am with you and just how aggressive I am. Why would he think he could just cuss and use that? I know what he's doing because I was him. And I'm putting him in his place right now. And I told my daughter, if that dude don't have his guard card within a year, you should just, you need to disembark from this dude. Needless to say, didn't get his guard card. Didn't end up with my daughter. They was done within a matter of months. But I was there to meet him and examine him. And like I told her, I'm not here to ruin your fun. And you think I'm trying to chase off every man. I told her, I don't have to like the men you with. My job ain't to like them. My job is to make sure they're going to do right by you. Your job is to like them. I'm going to examine their character and make sure they do right. I said, if you had a bank and it was your bank, and you hire your friend, your best friend, and you really love your best friend and been knowing your best friend for a long time, I said, would you disconnect your security cameras because your friend is working at the bank? She said, no. I said, why? She said, because it's still my bank and it's the security cameras. I said, then I don't care that you're 19. I'm your security cameras. You don't disconnect from me because you really love this guy or really like him or think he cute. I'm here to make sure he do right by you. And this guy seems desultory. And he got every excuse in the book. And when I said I'll pay for it, I could tell spiritually, instead of being like, oh shit, that's cool. He looked like, damn, I'm running out of excuses. So no, I would not want that for my daughter. But ultimately, because when my wife met me, I was nowhere near where I am financially. So I know that there's a chance when you meet young. When you meet young, you can't expect a 19-year-old boy to have the influence, power, resources, and finances of a 45-year-old man. It's just it's unrealistic. So you have to, Ali, can you agree? There has to be some type of buffer.
Yes, but I would be a father. I would be a father that would tell my daughter, man, you shouldn't be focusing on his money. You should focus on what type of man he is. That's what I would say.
Yeah,
because it be reflective.
Or not, you would identify the like what Six just did. He could obviously see that this man isn't going to be a man that can toe the line for years and years and years and years.
Yes, but the problem is, Smell the Roses, man will tell your son, you better like a woman who don't need your money, who wants you for your money, and then we'll turn right back to the daughter in the same house. He better have money. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's wrong.
True. Yeah. But in that aspect, it wasn't about his money. It was about him being desultory.
No, I know. No. But what I'm saying is that we set up our sons just as bad. When we talking about, like, men will be like, man, she better submit and cooperate. I ain't never heard no man saying he gonna tell his daughter to tell her to submit and cooperate to the man. It ain't. It's about he better. My daughter gonna be with a man that take care of her. It ain't never about what he bought. She bought. I rarely hear a father say, man, my daughter gonna know how to cook. My
But
daughter
that's
know
what
how to cooperate.
that's what I'm trying to
My
tell you,
daughter gonna know
Ali.
how to love this man. He gonna know
That's
how to
what I'm
value
trying to
this.
tell you.
I hear, hey, this man better take care of my daughter.
That's what I was trying to tell you. From the time they were children, I was grooming them to be good women. I was grooming them, and not just through my words and my actions, just the way they saw me treat my wife and my wife treat me. So they, as they get older and their frontal cortex develop, they can go, you know what? My dad had a pretty good life. And he was abundant, and every time I went around him and his wife, they was so. Then she's going to extract the common denominators. Well, how did his wife act? Well, she was soft spoken and she was attentive. Well, how did my dad act? Well, my dad was respectful and he was proactive. And then she begins to see how a happy, healthy, fruitful relationship looks from the inside out. There was times I made her wash the dishes and didn't use a dishwasher, and she'd have an attitude. And then her mama, even my wife, be like, why you didn't let her put in the dish? Because she need to know how to do this manually. What if the dishwasher is broke? She gonna tell her boyfriend or husband the dishes is piled up because the dishwasher is broke. I want her to know how to do these things. I was grooming her, contrary to what you saying.
Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
Responsible wise, do you think when people look at your Instagram, do they see your wife taking care of you, or do they see you taking care of your wife? What do you think the perception would be?
They would see the percent. They would see that I'm taking care of my wife.
You get what I'm saying? And they'll probably make a back. They'll presume, oh man, he doing all this for her. He probably doing this and this. They don't see the thing where she's taking care of the household, where she's cooking for you.
Here's
you know,
the fun,
and
the
you don't.
funny thing that
Go ahead.
nobody. No, I've never said this. Not on my podcast. You watch my podcast. Not on any platform till right now, right? Because I like to let people run with certain narratives or what. I don't care. I don't mind. That's between you and God. But
Right.
what people don't know is my wife is gainfully employed and she has her own money and makes a vital contribution still to our relationship, even with what all I do. So people assume like his wife don't do nothing and she just right there. No, my wife is the branch. My wife has her own, what I say, find a woman you don't have to take care of, then take care of her. The problem is these men are getting with women that are net negatives. They don't want to make a vital contribution to the success of their own relationship. And they accuse men of wanting mothers. Oh, you want somebody to be your mama. Well, you want to be taken care of lock, stock, and barrel and don't want no responsibilities. You want a father. That's a child. My daughter right there, I got to cook for her, do everything for her. These women grow up, become grown women, and want to result back to being a child looking for a father. So you don't want to do nothing. You treat a woman like a queen in this era, and she'll complain about the weight of the crown. You give her a big old house and she still won't clean it. She'll find somebody else to clean it. You give her children, you give her money, she'll find a nanny. So I gave you a big old house, but you don't want to keep it clean. I bought you a car, but you want a driver. You want a nanny for the kids. You want Postmates and you want a chef. You don't want to make no kind of contribution out of you want no responsibility. That's insane. And that's what we're seeing with a lot of women. So yes, from what you're saying, and that making me rethink how I curate my page too. People will assume that my wife don't do nothing.
Yeah, they assume that. They assume
that, but it's for me, and I don't even want to give that. I don't want to give that assumption, right? Because I'm here to teach. But I never. This is the first time people don't know that they just assume. But man, my wife makes a vital contribution. My wife got a check. I know what a check looked like. A check today when I checked the mail. I just went and sat on her desk. Boom. I see what she do with literally. Boom, I was like, okay, this is a child. We'll put it on in her office. But she makes vital contribution. Like I do what I do because that's who I am as a man. That's what makes me feel manly and helps me fulfill my purpose. And what she does as a woman is embolden me. When the world beats me up and I leave these meetings and she like, how it going? I'm like, oh, they passed. When I come home, I don't got to worry about a house smelling stinky, a dirty house, a crying baby, her nagging at me, her trying to toil with me. The other day, she was running me bath water. I don't like too many baths like that, but I was like, my back is tight. Run me bath water, baby.
You mean you like the wash, you just don't like baths. People might take that the wrong way.
No. I prefer the shower.
It's not like you ain't what, like you was like, I don't like the wash.
No, I was like, I don't like that. I just don't like to be in that. I feel a little claustrophobic. I have a nice sized tub, but just sitting down
in your dirt.
It's just something about me, and I'm not saying it ain't manly, but I was telling my clients today, barbers are going crazy, man. They put the stuff on my face and massage it. I don't want all that. Like, can you cut my hair and go? Like, this ain't a beauty salon. I don't want all that. And they was like, but it's part of the service. I had to tell my
They
barber.
trying to get that $100.
When is that change? Y'all know what? I can still remember the day where I was watching cartoons and I'll see my dad watch the news. I'm like, man, how could they ever watch serious stuff? Cartoons are too good. You know what I'm saying? And I can remember the day when I was like, how do people take showers? I love a bath. Now I see how you watch real world events, reality TV versus the cartoons, and now you rather take a shower than a bath. But I wonder how we get to that perspective, because I can remember to this day, I was watching my dad watching news and like reality, like real TV about what's happening in the world. And I'm like, I mean, I can remember to this day because I made a contract with myself. I'm always going to watch cartoons. I ain't going to watch none of this stuff. You get what I'm saying? So
I did the same thing.
Oh,
my
you did the
dad
same
used to listen to KFWB News 98. I remember that's one of the
Maybe you need to watch news.
Few memories, and I'd be like, he be listening. And I grew up, and I'd be damn if I didn't start to mimic that and understand the type of man that he was.
Crazy.
He wanted to be informed. But I built a bathtub for her. Women like to soak, so I rarely use it. But my back was tight. The point was,
I love a hot bath. I love.
She does too. But when my back was tight, I got out feeling light. But the point is,
a little Epsom salt, a little lavender.
She put all that in my water, and I'd be like, you don't have to do all that. And she'd be like, trust me, just sit.
Oil.
It ain't enough time, man. I don't know how you got time to take a bath. Ain't enough time with the kids and stuff. Ain't enough time to take no bath, man.
Usually it's at the very end of the day, and I'm done with everything. But the way she fills me up is not the way I fill her up, and I think that's what will get lost in these modern day relationships. You looking for this man to do what your homegirls are supposed to do. They're gonna go to the beauty shop and go to the mall with you. You can't say, oh, we don't spend time. You got to spend time the way he like to spend time too, and speak his love language. You got to fill him up if he's responsible for the trajectory of the house. And like you like to say, Ali, institute order, structure, and production. You have to fill him up. But the way I don't need my wife to buy me like Valentine's Day and stuff like that. When it comes, literally, I don't tell her this. But in my head, I'd be like, man, I hope she don't go buy me nothing too crazy. Because I don't really need it. But when she do, I know it's just part of her repaying me for what I do. But I don't need that. Like, all right.
Now, Ali, you better give me a Christmas present, birthday present, and a Valentine.
So let me say this, Ali.
That ain't in 2026. That ain't working no more. I did that.
Let me say this.
He said Valentine's Day.
Let me say this.
I'm gonna be somebody's Valentine.
Let me say this, Ali. Let me say this. I didn't say don't give me nothing. I said don't give me nothing crazy. Like don't go spend 3 bands on me. On what? Because I have not like that, but I have another watch, right?
Right.
Another ring, right? And I get it. This part of her love, like, hey, I'm gonna spoil, but that's not. I don't need that as a man. You can get the handbag and all that. Just keep doing what you've been doing. You hey man, it's been 2 days. Hey,
would you take the 3,000 in your brokerage account though? If she just say, hey, I bought you some.
Why not? No, but six. This is what's messing up. Six. We done got in a generation where men are expecting the bare minimum because we thought like that. Our fathers thought like that. Our uncles thought like that. Now you just be like, hey, yo, what you be doing? Yo, I take care of my woman. I be holding her down. Yo, I do everything. What she do for you? Yo, she changed the ink in the printer cartridge. She changed the printer cartridge. Like it's like bare minimum we expecting now, to where it's almost like we set up the women to give us bare minimum too, because men brag about how much they do for their woman, and they get to brag about, hey, yo, look, my woman ain't got she get her nails done, her feet done. I take care of it. She ain't got to cook. Like that's how men mentality is now. The flex is being able to let your woman have the leisure life.
I want to interject on that, Ali. Hold on, please. Certain types of women, but not all women. When you guys are doing whatever y'all doing, some of us actually pay attention to the detail of what you're doing. So let me give an example. The father of my children, I know he be working on cars and he be doing his thing. I got him a brand new Milwaukee tool set, and I got him the bench and everything because I knew that was going to help him out. Or for example, I know that he was looking at these rims or whatever for his Cadillac Escalade. So I had saved up my money and paid for the rims because I saw that he was looking at those. you know, or paying attention to the fact that he wanted some brand new clippers. So I called my brother and I was like, hey, where do you get some good clippers? He said, you always go to the actual barber shop to get some good clippers. Don't never go to like no regular store like Target and Walmart. Like that's that cheap stuff. You want the stuff that costs money. You got to go to a real barber shop to get some real clippers from. Because you know, if the clippers and the blade on there is bad, you're gonna mess his skin up. You know, so I went out my way to go do that. Or paying attention to the fact that he kept looking for the Back for Blood game, Back for Blood game for the PS5 when that first dropped. I waited in line at Best Buy for a minute for that, but I knew that that's what he wanted. So saying that women get the bare minimum gifts, I don't think that's true. I think a woman that really love and care about you, she's gonna pay attention to what you say, pay attention to what you do. And I know that his favorite thing for me to do was just to be around. You know, his number one thing, because I knew that when he would tell me about his personal life and his family, like he felt like didn't nobody want to be up around him. That I feel like as a woman, even if I'm not talking, I know you need somebody just to sit next to you. You just need to know that I want to be around you. You just need to know that I love you.
So what I say different than what you said, like especially when you know the conversation and you know the way the women moving today. I know that. So what would make you think I was talking about all women?
Oh, I said some. Not
No,
all.
you said not all women, Ali, and I don't never talk in alls. I know. So my lady will say she don't want nothing for Valentine's, but she'll turn right back around and drop 500, 1,000 on me as well too. But most women expect the maximum for the bare minimum. I would never say all. So, and if we know we have, and if you know, Savage, especially when you speak on your experience of women, you should know that I wasn't talking about all. And I know there's a six wife probably is like that. You probably like that. Rose is like that. But the majority of women bring bare minimum to the relationship where they're asking the maximum from a man. And when it doesn't reciprocate, instead of responding back to the man and giving him the things that he needs or what he's asking for, they'll play the victim and shut down. So I wasn't speaking about all women.
I don't think I said you. I think I just said in general, like not all women think like this, but some. I don't think I put any reference to you on that, Ali.
No, you said Ali, not all. You said not all women, Ali.
Oh, I mean, like I was calling your name to get your attention, but I was saying in general within my statement. I wasn't saying you said. Do you understand?
Of course, but nobody would disagree with that.
No,
Ali,
so let me say this. You're right. I lead again. Most women in this era, because I ain't even gonna say this age category, because you got some women in their late 30s, early 40s that still act infantile. But in this era, most women are solipsistic, and they want to. It's all about them and what they can get out of a man. The example I was given is just to speak to the crux of my manhood. I don't need gifts necessarily. Give me something, go ahead. But I'm not like, yo, what this finna be? I'm more like, my house is clean. When I leave the gym and you know I'm finna do a leg day, you are already saying what you want to eat. When it's been 2 days, you like, yo, you know, let me come here before you leave the house. Like, those are the things I need. I don't need gifts and I don't need material things. Today I was late picking up my daughter. I was like 45 minutes late and she had to go to the office. And when I got there, she just gave me a kiss and was like, oh, your barber did a nice job on your beard, and got in her car and rolled off. She didn't give me an attitude and be like, man, you know I got 15 people crew today. Why you 45 minutes late? You know it's going to take me an hour to get from the meeting point to right there, and I'm going to be at work at 3 o'clock. Gonna have to come. She didn't say none of that. Didn't give me that's my gift. Every day I was late.
Wow.
You didn't ride. You didn't give me an attitude. I didn't feel negative energy because we talked about it early. Energy. So you can still have never said why you late, but you could feel the energy. No energy. She was still simpatico and amiable and loving. And I put my baby in the car. That's a gift for me. I don't need the material thing. I'm a guy. Sure, buy me for Valentine's Day. She was like, I seen you been wearing you in your silk pajama mode. So I got you some Skims. And I was like, all right, that's cool. Because like he said, I'd rather you take that money, put it in the savings, or do something, get it pregnant in some way. Don't go spend 3, 4, 5,000, because it's just another piece of thing for me. My wife is kind of the same way, so to speak. But again, that's my love language. And she's
how much you spend on her?
Well,
Hold on, real quick, Savage. Hold on, real quick, Savage. How much you spend on her? Look how you getting. Look how you getting.
Wait. So
look at you. You like you talking about sex?
This Valentine's
Come on,
Day,
man.
This Valentine's Day, if you see the video, I got her this
big old beautiful arrangement. I just left a trail of $1,500, a trail leading up to the roses, right? Because this was our 20th Valentine's Day together. Our 20th anniversary is next month. But I was like, you know what? After 20 years, let me just say this. It feels good to be with a woman that just wants you.
Yes.
She just wants you. Like, she literally just want you. Like, that's cool. Thank you. I love it. But she just, even when I was in my heyday and I was wretched, not ratchet, wretched, it was just her, and I didn't realize it because I was immature and infantile. Like, her complaining about not spending time. Do you know how much of a compliment that is? Like, I'm complaining that I love you. I want to be around you. I'm mad and upset that you're not allowing me to be around. I like you that much that I want to be around you. You ain't got to go. No, we can run errands together. I like you so much that I just want to be in your energy. I want to be in your orbit. And I didn't understand that at the early phases of our relationships. I was just like, damn, bro, like, I just saw you 5 days ago. And this is when we first got together. But as I matured as a man, I'm like, when a woman is into you, you don't got to take her to Steak 48, Papi Chulo. Y'all can run errands and she'll be content. So on the 20 years later, I've gifted my wife $50,000 cash, $20,000 cash. She ain't bought her own car since 2005. And ever since then, she's been riding luxury. I bought every car she ever had. It becomes mundane. Because when all that shit is over with, all there is left is you guys' character and the love and care you have for one another. So this Valentine's Day, I was going, how can I top everything I've done? I was like, really nothing, because it's really, she'll like it, but it won't move the needle because all she wants is you. So I took her to a place I know that she really liked that we ain't been in a really long time, but I did set up some flowers and I did give her some cash because I want her to spend that money. Our anniversary is coming up, guys, and I'm taking her to 2 different countries. It's the 20th. And I'm like, maybe she can buy her something to wear with that, right? Maybe we could buy. But I told her 2 days before Valentine's Day, oh, I'm going to be late. I got to stop at the brake shop. They got to just fix my brakes right now. They're squeaking too much. She was like, okay, you want me to send you the money for the brakes? And I was like, what? And she was like, yeah, I was at the bank. I'm a deposit. I was like, yeah, and I changed the subject, but before we got out, she was like, the money. I was like, put it in the bank or something. I was like, thank you. I appreciate you trying to show me you down for me and whatever, but I'm okay. Like, I'm gonna.
Sis, who hurt you?
Me? I hurt me.
We only
No.
do that.
I'm being funny. No, I'm being funny. Six, you remind me of how I used to feel when a woman would want to do things for me until I grew all the way into it, because it was hard to trust it. Because most times when women were trying to do something for you, they typically wanted something behind it.
Yeah,
and it seems like you. I'm not saying you still carrying it, but I know that's how I used to feel. Like when a woman would do something like that. I'm not talking about the regular thing. She do something, I'm like, man. I was like, yo, what's this? Because you just not used to women going out their way like that, the way she did for you. So that's why I asked you that, and I'm being funny. Because
no, but you were right, semi. When we first got, this is how she ended up my main, and she'll tell you when I got with her, they was in heavy rotation. But she ended up being our first birthday, my first birthday, with her.
No, but hold on, let me land real quick though. Do you think a lot of men are afraid of allowing women to even get that close, because most of the time they will get compromised and hurt because of that? That's why a lot of men are so addicted about bragging about what they do for their woman, but they don't really want their woman to do that much, so they don't ever get disappointed. You know
Absolutely. In the beginning, that was the case, but she proved, because I had never had nobody do all that for my birthday, and I was like, damn, she really liked me. Like, I was like, wow, okay.
She's spending money. That's the rule we made. If a woman don't spend money on you, she don't like you.
Man, she took me.
Yeah, but Ali, if I can say something, actually, women know that so many women don't spend money on men. So what they do, they use it as a setup. So she knows if she spends $2,000 on you, she knows you're gonna try to.
But he's married. But Boogie, he's married.
I'm not talking about it. I'm just saying.
But he's right. He's right.
I'm saying
no, he's right. I agree. He's right too.
That's what women do. She's gonna spend $1,000 on you.
That's still rare. Hold on. Before we say that,
her.
hey, no. Even when women, that's still rare for a woman. Like today's time, it's still rare for a woman to come out her pocket to want to spend.
She will, even if she knows you got it, because she's baiting you. Because she knows you got to do 5 times what she did for you.
I'm not disagreeing. There are women There's women who will do that, but most women are not going to do that. Are not coming out their pocket. It's you supposed to spend on the date. You supposed to spend when y'all go somewhere. It's very rare a woman go, hey Boogie, here's $20 for you to go get a haircut. Hey Six, hey, I just bought you these shoes. I knew you he keeping your eyes on it. I knew you. You know, it's very rare for women to do stuff, and that's a special most of the time. Versus the women you saying manipulate, I think most time when a woman is going out her way to spend money on you because it's so rare, I think it's genuine because it's rare for women to use it as a finesse. Women do use it as a finesse, but if women are coming out their pocket, typically she genuinely likes you most of the time.
Yeah. Well, I teach men like, yo, if she not spending money on you, she don't like. Women have money too. I don't know why people don't. What y'all think they paying their bills with?
I know it's $45 now, Tio.
They have money. Here's what I was trying to get you to understand, Ali and Boogie. When you reach a certain state of manhood, I don't need the gifts. I'm not afraid of her hurting at the 20s. There's nothing that she can. I wouldn't have married her. I've already seen what you supposed to wait. Marry a woman when you see her 4 seasons. When you see how she act when you have nothing, see how she act when you hurt her, see how she acts when everything is going good, and see how she acts when y'all have nothing. This gives you an ideal of who she is. And if you can accept all these things, like when I heard her, the worst I could hurt her, I had to see, this wasn't intentional, right? It was an unintentional litmus test. But when I seen the raft, like now what your raft about to be, when I seen the raft of the worst thing I can do and the raft I had to face and what that consequences was, I was like, I could marry this. She's a wife. Because I could deal with this. When I didn't have anything, she never emasculated me. She never was like, yo, I'm paying for everything. You need to hurry up. This stuff better hurry up and take off. She never did none of that stuff. And everything I'm doing for her is everything I promised. But what I'm trying to say is where I'm at in my manhood, I like other things, the things that count. You don't stress me. So I wasn't even speeding to her. I was, trying to hurry up because I didn't want her to be late. But I wasn't like, man, I got to hear her mouth. And now when she get home tonight, she going to be even mad. She was cool. That's what I want.
But do you think you should practice on accepting it? Because what's the reason of not accepting it? Six?
No, I accept everything.
You get what get what I'm saying? Like about, like even us going, like taking the time to go. Like I still do it. I'm trying to get used to receiving as well too, because my woman is genuinely giving as well too. But I got to get used to not saying like, I don't need that. I should go, hey man, thank you so much. Thank you so much for demonstrating your value.
If she buy me, what would just pass Christmas? She bought me some fly ass shit. I like to get dressed. She bought me some fly shit. She was like, yeah, I went and checked your side. But I want head without having to ask. I want nasty sex. I want my house clean. I want the other day I checked the camera and she was pulling the weeds up in the front yard, even though I usually do it. And I was like, oh, she pulling the weeds up for me because we was about to have a game night. And that's one of the things I have to do. Like I'm a damn janitor. I go around and have to fix things. It's a relationship. My responsibility different from hers. Like if the trash chute that you pull out is wobbly, I gotta fix it. Like I just go like, all right, and I'll pick a day. I gotta fix the wobbly trash chute. My daughter wrote in crayon on the wall over here. I gotta go paint that crayon. I don't need
Versace. But why can't she?
I don't need
my husband would say the exact same.
Why can't she still just spoil you? Like I believe, I believe it's our job. It's our job.
Because that's the easier thing, Ali. It's easier for us to go shopping and buy something.
But look, what I view as spoil me with understanding.
Right, but that's not sick. It's our job. It's our job. It's our job to serve a woman, no matter what. Right? It's our job to serve a woman. But it's her job to try to outserve us.
Right, but this is what I'm trying to say. I don't value another Versace robe as much as I value you knowing when to be quiet, knowing when to top me off, knowing when to be like, hey, tonight is the night we going all out. I value that. I value when I make a mistake, you don't rub it in my face. I value why is you laughing, Smell a Rose? What did you laugh? She's funny.
Because you sound just like my husband. You sound just like my
husband.
This
is what I value. What do I need another? And listen, Ali, we're in the same household, right? So, and this is a different topic, but
I same way. Most men are like how you saying. Most men are like that.
Because we're in the same household, it's all the same money anyway.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say to the chat.
All the same money.
What does it matter? Because it's going back to your pot.
It's
So
right. It's all the
not
same.
really
So
like you're giving anything.
Yeah, but I'm
away.
not. I think what we do. I think we accidentally confuse our women to do less by accident. When you're like, I don't need that, and she go, well, if he didn't need that, then maybe he might not need this, and she doesn't intentionally mean to not to do less. But sometimes some of our women, we can confuse them by going, I don't need you to do this. I don't need that extra. I don't need you to spoil me. So one day she might be like, just like when you say it for women, oh, I don't feel like cooking today. You might give her the liberty now, be like, well, whenever I don't want to cook, I just don't want to cook for him. Instead of be like, yo, to show him that I always love him, I'm always gonna put a plate on the table for him. I'm gonna take care of him. And I'm not saying that's what happens in your household. I think women who are responsible and mature wouldn't do that. But I think we can end up confusing a woman when we go, I don't need that. I don't need you to do this. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's why I said if you pay attention in the beginning.
Go ahead, Savage. Right after Six. Go ahead, Savage.
I said I didn't say this to her because I know her part of her love language is quality time and actually acts of service. Like when I learned again, as I evolved as a man, it made me embarrassed early on in the relationship because a lot of things, like what you're saying, I would reject them, and I didn't realize that's a part of her love, and I was rejecting her love. Like when I'm like, nah.
Right.
So I didn't say it. I just be hoping like, because I don't need. I love it, cool, but it's just another thing, Ali, and shit is just shit, right? Excuse my language, but it's just things, and things can make you happy, but they cannot keep you happy. Only thing that sustains you is walking in your purpose and having fruitful relationships with the people you love and adore the most. That's what sustains happiness. So yes, things can make you happy, but they cannot keep you happy. The love from things is ephemeral, but the love from walking in your purpose and having a happy, healthy, fruitful relationship is infinite. So for me, spoiled looks different for me. So when you say you don't want her to spoil you, I am spoiled. I'm never sexually frustrated. I have help in every aspect if I need it. Like that's what I want. That's what I cherish most. That's what I value most, especially at this phase. Again, okay, I love it. Another Gucci glasses. Wow, my 10th pair. Cool. I love it. I do love it, but it's unnecessary.
I got my husband a wallet.
That money could have stayed at the house because we want to buy a fucking parking lot. Right. So I don't necessarily need. That's not what I yearn for. And smell the rose, understand. I don't need it. Every day my life is good. We don't even argue, especially after 20 years, nothing to argue about. But that's what I respect. Like I hear a lot of men complain about being single, even in relationships, they complain about this, that, and the third. We don't have a fight. We don't argue. She's never. Short story. I remember one time, and this was before we was married.
Hold on real quick.
I went through her phone.
Savage.
This is how I knew she was a wife. And I never had this problem. I went through her phone in the middle of the night. And this conversation kind of started out of nowhere. Like the way it started, it seemed like it started somewhere else and ended up on this phone. And it was no name save. It was just a number. And it was like, yeah, just so you know, your nigga got me pregnant. And here go the, hey, babes, hey, everybody, that's Brixton. Your nigga got me pregnant. And then my wife, she wasn't my wife at the time, but we was like 6 years in. She's like, why are you telling me? And she was like, well, I just want you to know that I'm pregnant and here go the ultrasound and blah, 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 blah. And then my wife was like, that's something you should tell him. Congratulations. And she was like, that's between y'all. Clearly, you know, he's a good father, so your child to be taken care of, but I don't think that you should be telling me. And the girl is steady trying to indulge in provocation. Now, here's the kicker. When I read this message, it was probably like November when I'm reading this. But these messages took place probably in like February. She never even brought this shit to, when I was like, she never even brought this to me. I could never, to most women at least address it. There's a woman saying, first of all, I know I ain't had nobody pregnant. Like that, that's a different story. So I was just like, who the F is this? But the fact I was like, I never knew this conversation she never had an attitude, never brought it to me, never. So spoiled for me is don't be influenced by the village.
Don't never let another woman or another man or another nobody come tell you nothing about me and you bring it in this household, and now it has to be the topic of discussion. That's spoiled. Spoiled is you know what I like, love, and adore, and you know when I want to go out and I just, hey, I'm finna just go out, I'm finna dip. I've been working hard. Don't call me, don't bother me, don't ask me where I've been, don't do nothing. When I get home, it's like, hey, you need anything? That's spoiled. That's for me, that's spoiled. To let me lead you
That's trust, bro.
properly, that's spoiled. Yeah, it is trust, a tremendous, and it's sometimes it's scary because when you had complete trust. We was just now on a come up, and she came home one day. I cleaned the whole house. It took 3.5 hours, and I said to myself, I said, damn, this shit took all day. I said, I can't keep cleaning this house. I cannot. I said, when she get home, I'm gonna tell her I ain't cleaning up no more. But see, my woman's a black woman, so I said, this shit might go crazy. It might not go good. So when she got home, true story, this is before we, right? This is the catalyst to how we living now. She got home from work. I said, babe, when you decompress, I want to talk to you. She said, everything cool? I said, yeah, I just want to talk. And I asked her, I said, hey, when we got ready to talk, I said, let me ask you a question. I said, if you had a machine gun, would you take the tip of your machine gun, stick it in some peanut butter, and then spread it on bread? And she said, what? I said, would you use your machine gun, stick the tip of it in a jar of peanut butter, and then use that machine gun to spread it on the bread? And she kind of looked perplexed and was like, no. I said, what would you use to spread peanut butter on the bread? She was like, a knife. I said, okay, my mind is a machine gun. I'm spending 3-4 hours on Fabuloso and Ajax. If I didn't have to clean this house, I can think us up out of poverty. I can get us to a point where we're in abundance. You use my mind for what it's for. And I know we're supposed to have an equal responsibility to the house, and I'm trying to be a good boyfriend, but this is literally counterintuitive and counterproductive for what I am. I have a mind. I said, if you allow me to not clean the house, don't worry about what my shoes is. You come home, the dishes, just don't even give me attitude. If you give me 8 months, I'll be able to get a housekeeper to at least come and help you once a month. In about a year, twice a month. 3 years, 4 years, don't even worry about it. But I don't want to clean this house no more. And then my wife looked at me and was like, okay. And I was like, oh shit, that was easy. And then she kissed me and walked off. And then shortly after, I was like, oh shit. That I have to deliver. She
Yeah.
capitulated to. I have to actually deliver now. That was I have to get on my grind because I made her a promise and she's about to hold up her end of the deal preemptively. But because I never had to clean the house and she never gave me an attitude or like, because sometimes women, you always hear me say this, Ali, don't do it begrudgingly. And I talk about this because a man can be the greatest man depending on the woman he tether himself to. That is his biggest downfall. Who you choose as a mate affects your life far greater than who your parents was. You are only a child all of but 15 years. You're going to be an adult if you're lucky 5 times longer than you a child. So even if you had the worst parents on earth, who you choose as a mate is going to far impact the quality of your life than who your parents are. Because I didn't never have to worry about Fabuloso, washing clothes, none of that. I was able to start to self-develop, get my mind right, understand money and the energy of that, because success is an algorithm and the universe is not moral, it's magnetic. So a good person got money, bad person got, it don't have nothing to do with being good or who pray the most. The universe is magnetic, not moral. But I was able to learn these things and do everything I said because I had a good role mate. A lot of women looking for a damn soul mate, but you're not even a good role mate first. She was a good role mate first, and we was able to do this thing together. So this is why I give her all the love. Look, I'm a stay-at-home dad too. I'm here with my baby, and she'll come home and won't be like, why you didn't bathe her? She'll just bathe her and won't do it begrudgingly. So for me, Ali, because we cohabitate and we've been together 20 years and lived together 19 of those 20. So for 19 years straight, we've lived together and we've been together 20 years straight. We've never broken up, not even for a day. 20 consecutive years. Every day I wake up and I've been blessed to have my friend here. But the point I'm making as a man, where I'm at now in my life, just you being cooperative, you being soft-spoken, you not, if something go wrong, an investment don't turn out right the first time around, you're not worried, you don't stress me, you don't have me out here sexually frustrated, You not worried calling me 100 times. If I come home at 3 a.m., I'm telling you, I'm dipping out. Like, I've been working hard. I'm gonna go up for air. You like, all right, babe, do your thing. To me, I'd rather have that day-to-day kind of tacit understanding and that kind of love than an insignificant gift on a Christmas after you've been stressing me out all fucking year long. You want to buy me some Gucci shoes. No, I don't. I'd rather not. I'd rather us have a beautiful relationship. What is this a token of? So for me, that's all I'm saying. At this point in my manhood, tangible things, they're cool. But I have enough tangible things. I appreciate her attitude and her spirit and her femininity more than anything. And she give me that day to day, not just on Valentine's Day, not just on Christmas, not just on Father's Day. You get what I'm saying? That's what I appreciate most and more. That's what I value. Do I like things? Yeah, I like, but I have things. That's just shit. And at my age, at our age, Ali, your friends don't care what kind of clothes you wearing. They just care if you show up to their birthday party and they special events and don't be stinky. So why blow all this money on designer shit for no? And black people got to get out of that habit. Buying designer stuff is not an accomplishment. But designer clothes ain't an accomplishment. That's not an accomplishment. You get what I'm saying? Especially our relationship, speaking personally now, she know I'm trying to acquire a couple of more businesses. So I was just like, I hope. But again, like you said, I don't want to be like, babe, don't buy. But I was like, man, I hope she don't do nothing too crazy for me because I really don't need it. We got a 20-year anniversary coming up anyway. So if you do something crazy now, you're going to do something crazy then. And then I'm thinking as a man, like, yo, that's 10 or 12 bands that could have went to getting pregnant instead of on proving your love, but you prove that every day. And I don't love things, so giving things don't move the meter. It don't really move the meter that much as you not being mad because I'm picking my baby up late, or you keeping the house clean still. If I'm be like, oh, Roxana forgot to come, but I'm like, yo, I'm gonna have guys over and you clean up, or I'm like, babe, I'm hungry and it's like 1 in the morning. Would you rather your girl? I'm a man. Would you rather your girl cook for you at 1 in the morning or any time you hungry, Ali, just like and do it with glee, or would you rather her not but buy you a gift for Valentine's Day? Like, no, I'm gonna get you a good gift, but look, I ain't gonna be cooking for you, and you know I don't feel like having sex, and if I do, I'm gonna show you I don't feel like. Wouldn't you rather just have a woman that's simpatico and amiable all year long than the one that you have to toil with, that's onerous and arduous, and then she give you a damn gift, a $3,000 gift after she done stress you out all year? You like, cool, let me put this watch on and see how long before you stress me out again.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. So the gifts is cool, but I'm a guy. I don't when you cut my hair, you don't gotta spray me and massage my face. You don't gotta run me back. I don't want to soak in the tub. Like, do me other stuff. I value other stuff. I value other. You can rub my feet. If I've been working on a house or up on the roof, or I had to run. Like, you could do stuff like that. But what I'm gonna do with more things? Decorate my body with more jewelry and like that's, to me, that's kind of feminine. I'm not saying don't wear a nice watch or a nice shine, but it's like, why do I need those things? Everybody already likes me. I don't have to show my best. She likes me for my humanness. Having
I
a
bought
woman
my
that just likes
husband
you in
a
your humanness,
Go-Yard
right?
wallet.
Just your mistakes, your shitty attitude. Oh, I said that wrong. I wasn't
didn't want
all
it.
the way correct.
2,000 years later.
Opulent, man. Come on, man.
I can't hear you.
That was a 20-minute monologue, bro.
No, you
great.
Hold on real quick. Just refresh. Just refresh. Just refresh.
Oh man. Get your mans, Ali.
Y'all got any last words? Y'all got 20 minutes apiece if you like the
Nah, I'm gonna just take a second, man. I'll take the midnight peanut butter and jelly sandwich over the Valentine's Day gift.
I'll take the midnight peanut butter jelly sandwich over the nighttime gift as well too. Anybody would, man.
That should be a topic, Ali.
The
Would
midnight
you rather have a Valentine's Day gift.
Literally the PB&J, or does PB&J equal sloppy
Any type,
toppy.
any type of food. No,
Oh,
food,
okay.
food. That sloppy
So
toppy got to be there too.
that should
But
be the
like,
topic. Which one is more important?
Hold
Because
on
there
real
are
quick,
women
y'all.
that'll give gifts, but they're gonna give you hell all year long. They ain't gonna be as
That's true.
cooperative.
It's time for some super chats.
Let me see. My brother, no. I think we were right here. My brother Raheem Blake TV with a $2 super chat. Peace, Mrs. Rose. Are you no longer on SBC? You are missed.
I miss
What's
y'all
that?
too. I
Are you
don't
still
know
on
what-
there?
I don't know what's going on. I asked to be on every other weekend, and then the invites just stopped coming. So it's not that I am mad at them or fell out with them. I'm not pulling an HQ. I just haven't got the invitation. But I still love Mr. Walker and Mr. Gavin X. There's, I don't know. Maybe I'll get an invite sometime soon. But I appreciate the support.
And then my brother Soul Soldier with a $20 super chat. As a veteran with PTSD, healing can be a long life journey, and you may never be truly healed, but with hard work, you do a little better every year. It's like having diabetes. You can't cure it, only manage it. And that's all I'm saying. It ultimately, I'm not saying this is the thing. I'm not saying there's people who have harder lives than other people. No one taking away from that. But I don't think for most people life is easy. So it becomes a choice on how you manage and regulate yourself in the midst of the things we encounter. And a lot of times, I'm not saying people make an excuse. They may endure. It may be more problematic to that person. It may be more heartbreaking to the next person. But if you know how you shouldn't be treated, the healing should involve you mistreating other people. That's all I'm saying. When the people are saying they're healing, I understand if you're trying to overcome something bad that you encountered, but a lot of times when people say they're healing, they're still disrespectful. They're still doing something that's detrimental to another person, and they're taking away from another person, whether it's not being responsible for the person or even being accountable for their actions. Because I'm gonna tell you this: on top of these people that keep saying they're healing, I never heard them people say they wrong, and I never heard them people say I'm sorry. And y'all know what people I'm talking about. It's very rare to hear I'm sorry and I'm wrong from the people who say they're healing. But God bless the people who are actually healing, and God bless the people who are intentional. And let's say we don't conflate the difference between someone who's trying to overcome something wrong they went through versus you trying to overcome supposedly something wrong you're going through while you're doing wrong to other people. That's the part that it bothers me when you're asking something from people that you can't get back to them, and you respond by saying you healing. My brother,
The veterans. Salute to the veterans. So he was a veteran. So
yeah, my brother, the real Black Lexicon with a $10 super chat. Ali, this panel tonight has been business. This is ultra rare to see. Square business. This is ultra rare to see. Much love to you, my brother. I appreciate it.
We just got $10, kinfolk. You know what that means, right? We back on our feet again. I ain't gonna hold you. Support be healing people.
And my brother T.O. with a $10 super chat. Damn, I never heard Six say, I don't know. Maybe Six is healing. Oh, snap. And then my brother Lido, my amigo with the $5 super chat. When a man doesn't do a manly duty, he's considered lazy. Like if she cut grass and have a man, he's labeled sorry. What makes a woman sorry? Can anybody answer that? Savage?
A sorry woman is an insufficient woman. A woman who can't get things done, but one that relies on everything else to get it done for her. So I would say, yeah, just a woman that lacks being sufficient.
How about you, Smell the Roses and CEO?
the same. Like she's not cooking, she's not cleaning. She can't be emotionally available for you when you need her to be. She's, only thinking about herself, like self-indulgent, selfish.
Yeah, one word, selfish.
Disrespectful. Yep, disrespectful and selfish.
Yeah.
Okay. And then let me see. The postman been a member for 6 months. The rose bush is growing ever so nicely over here. I don't know what. Oh, the rose.
Because I come at the rose garden when they're with me in my lives. This
Okay.
rose garden. Yeah.
And then my brother Petty Sama, I hope I'm saying it right, gifted us with 6 memberships, man. I truly appreciate that, my brother. Much appreciation to you. And then my brother 30K gifted Roses and Ali a membership as well too. I truly appreciate it as well too.
That track took over the world for a little bit, right? Remember when that took over the world?
Yo, the live version, that right there sounds more loud than the radio. Oh my God. Like I could, like if I heard that. That's so fire. That song was fire. Like music is just declining. And it's because the music, I think, and I'm not gonna take away from people. I think the more in tune with life we are, the more passionate we are, the more loving, the more connected we are. I think the better music people will put out. Versus the fact that when we completely disconnected from the human experience and we being so programmed and engineered, it's like people just put out anything now. Like when I was growing up and I heard Whitney Houston mouth open, I said, "Oh, God made her." You know what I'm saying? I can't everybody do what she just did. Can't everybody do what Luther Vandross did? Can everybody do what Marvin did? Can't everybody do what Pac did? Can't everybody do what Big? I mean, just Biggie. You know, like, and his presence, even like those people, like, yo, you can't just do that now. AI,
it's cookie cutter.
Yep. It's exactly. Super sticker with the $5. I'm trying to think what artists I even listen to anymore right now. Like I'm trying. It's very hard. I don't know. You know who I did like, but he don't make music anymore. Because even like Kendrick was making music and he stopped a little bit because the industry changed. But then he did the Drake thing. He just blew up everybody. But with that, J. Cole came out with a new album. I really got to go listen to it. But Frank Ocean, like I don't know if y'all if you like Frank Ocean. Frank Ocean.
Yeah.
But like love
Frank Ocean. Yeah.
I love Frank Ocean. And then Frederick Howard, the $5 super sicker. Much love to you, my brother. And then tell you with the $2 super chat, Ali, go and visit DPMO Morning Show with 2K. I don't know what that is. Y'all, I think tomorrow I may go live earlier or maybe same time. I'm not sure. But I truly appreciate everybody coming through, the love and support from everybody, the panelists, man, the conversation, man. Thanks for the phenomenal show. I was hoping, well, never mind. I don't see it there. But again, Roses, always thank you. Savage, thank you. New one, like Savage been doing her thing.
Yeah, love Savage. Don't let anybody run you away. Come as much as you can.
I did before I left. Well, I'll probably say that for you know what I noticed? I don't think even a lot of these women believe in good women, and I'm gonna say why I believe.
No,
that.
they hate us. They call us pick-me's.
I sat in the. That's what I'm saying. I sat in the barbershop one day, and I was bragging about my woman, right? And it wasn't a man that was like whatever. It was women were like whatever. I don't even believe in that. And it's like whenever they see a good, whenever they
saying all kinds of crazy stuff.
Whenever they see an actual good woman or what they think is a good woman that says things that benefits a man even a little bit, pick me, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and just disrespecting the woman. I don't believe her.
Telling
I don't
Savage
believe that's
she don't have to be perfect. It's like she didn't say she was perfect. They just don't like the fact that you guys like our talking points.
Well, hold on.
Well, hold on.
Hold on real quick, Savage. It's revealing that these women do actually believe that a man in marriage validates you, because if you believe you're strong and independent without a man and you brag about not needing a man, why do you then turn back towards another woman that you disagree with and invalidate her by asking if she has a man or don't have a man if you do it all better without a man? So it's not consistent. If y'all believe you don't need a man to validate you and demonstrate your value, why is it when you hear a woman that you don't agree with that sometimes says things that align with a man or a family, why is it that you say now, oh, where your man at? Why you ain't got no marriage? Why she can't be a single woman who still values men, who still values relationships as well too? It's very contradicting. But
so let me say this, because I come across this a lot. People be expecting me to be perfect and stuff like that, and they, oh, Savage is this and Savage is that. Let me be very clear. I am 28 years old. I was in my relationship from 18 all the way up to 28 years old. That was 9 years of my life. And I had to grow up in that relationship. Okay. I had to take some accountability. I had to face myself in the mirror. I had to admit things that I didn't want to admit. I had to drop my ego. I had to drop my pride. I had to get outside of myself. I had a lot of growing pains in that relationship. But being a part of that relationship humbled the hell out of me. It helped me see that I was selfish. It helped me see a lot of flaws within myself. And then that's how I learned how to love somebody, because I had to learn that it wasn't all about me and my emotions. I had to see the bigger picture. So then when I got out of that relationship, I learned to not lead with hurt, but lead with understanding enough to tell other women, hey, see the bigger picture outside of you. It's not all about you. And that's when I became completely pro-family. Anything that goes against the family goes against my beliefs. So it's not so much that I'm looking for the man to validate me. Hell no, the man agreed with me. I didn't go out my way to agree with the man. The man agreed with me. I said, I love family. He said, I love family too. I said, I care about the legacy. He said, I care about the legacy too. I said, I believe in partnership. He said, I believe in partnership too. I said, I want to be able to have a man's back because I love my people. He said, I want to have my women's back because I love my people too. So for me to sit up here to take accountability, and I do talk about my pains, I do talk about my shortcomings, I do talk about my misunderstandings, and I also talk about what I learned from it and what I'm practicing on a daily basis. That's how I live my life. So to say that I'm out here to please anybody, no. I say where I went wrong, and I say what I'm still learning. I'm very open-minded, and I have no problem saying, you know what, I see what you're talking about, you're right. I have no problem saying, you know what, no, I don't agree with you, but I still respect you.
Yeah, and that's the problem. So anybody in the chat asking for specifically, what I'm saying is that if men said they didn't need women, we'd be shamed and disrespected. But I see women align more so with women saying I don't need a man versus a man saying I need a man. Like we should all be saying we need each other. We should all be saying we need families. We need one another.
My man. I need my man. And when I'm not with my man, I look for other men, in society.
I need my woman. You know what I'm saying? We need women in general. Like we love women. I love women. So it's crazy that when the women say that the men don't value them in the same capacity, it's women who say they don't need men. I never hear men say, I don't need no woman, or hate. Like I still, again, have not come across a man that I heard say, I hate women. But all these pages that keep being made on TikTok, these pages that are made on YouTube, IG, they will come out here brag for it. And the women that are married on those sites as well too. These are women with marriages. These are women with children. These are women with sons. Oh, we don't need men. Women going on platforms with men and KKK talking about we need to delete men. And they got kids. They got sons. So I never in my life.
That was awful. That was awful when those ladies did that.
I've never in my life heard a man say that we hate women, nor have I ever heard a man say we need to delete female names. But I've heard a lot of women say, and not saying majority either. I never conflated to majority. I don't think it's most women that think that way now, that say they hate men. But for the women I've heard say it, they also say we need to delete young males as well too. I've never heard men say that in my life. So again, both of us need each other. And contrary to whatever's being pushed in society, it's our biological imperative to connect with each other. That's why when you say you hate a man, you still can't help yourself but go on panels where there are men, and you can't help but go on the panels and watch where there are men as well too. You just rather have negative attention instead of having positive attention, because some people, negative attention is better than no attention at all, and we learn that in mental health. So instead of showing love, you'll show hate, but you actually love the people. You hate that you love. It's crazy.
Ali, where did the woman come from?
The rib. The man.
No, sweetheart. She came from his nuts.
I can't with her.
I wish I had my ESPN that. But anybody got any last words, man? Thank A6. Oh, thank you so much, fam, for always coming through, man, showing love.
And Brixton. Is that her name, Brixton?
Yeah.
She's so cute. Hey there.
She look like her mama, act like her daddy.
Thanks for having me, man.
Hey, thank you, man. Hey, you know you my.
Yeah, I love y'all.
Yo, you ain't play the horns for me, man. I sent you a cash app for you to play the horns. You ain't play the horns for me one time.
Which horns? These?
Nah, you know the horns. I need that Wakanda, bro.
Hold on, which one?
The
Oh
Wakanda
man,
joint.
you funny. You funny, yo.
Ah.
Don't ease up on the soundboard. You like the soundboard.
Yeah, they be hating on my soundboard. My
No,
soundboard
man, don't let them folks hate on your
be,
soundboard.
you like my it be, hey, who entertain? Man, I'm entertaining the people. I came in to entertain the people.
You know,
what
I
I'm
like
saying?
my machine guns, so yeah.
Oh, hey,
Gotta
bro,
get-
hey, you know you got to get your machine guns now before you roll out of here. Now, hold on.
yeah.
Yeah, why you don't grab the joint from Home Alone?
Which one?
Oh,
With the old black and white movies he was having?
They say, "Get out of here, you filthy."
Oh,
Filthy animal.
I meant to get that. I meant to get that 3 years ago, man. I just forgot all about it. That's one of my man. I love that movie, man.
Yeah.
I definitely. They might strike me though. I don't know if they have. That's
That
a big
one?
movie, man. I try to
Yeah.
play. What I wanted to play Ricky, like the music from there. They might not strike me because they might not put that on nothing big. That's you know what, man. It's
that
crazy what we grew up
WrestleMania
with.
noise is the only one that gets me when you play the WrestleMania noise. That's the only one that's
But
ever
it-
got me copyright.
Those movies like that. What was that? John Singleton that created that movie.
Mm-hmm.
But he gave life
Boys in the
to
Hood.
Boys in the Hood. He gave life to the way that this country can make dehumanize us and make it seem like we're not human. But that movie is one of the best movies ever. The soundtrack, the acting ever. Like it humanizes the people and it shows us from different aspects and perspectives. From a movie standpoint, like even the father that he had. Dang man,
The dude from Matrix.
the dude from Matrix, but
Lawrence
Furious.
Fishburne,
His name
don't
was
do that.
look. His name was Furious. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. In the movie, that was his nickname. Or
And I think who is James
Oh,
Baldwin?
that was
This
very
changed.
enlightening when you said that. That was deep, Ali.
Which one?
Dehumanizing us.
Oh, it
Referring
was.
to
Those
his
movies
name.
gave us light.
Yeah.
Furious, but it's the state of the black man. And then when we're mad, it's invalidated. Our anger is invalidated. But when other people are mad, it's complaints, and when we want freedom, or certain people too, because I align with other human beings as well too. It ain't just a black thing, but I'm pro-black at the same time too. It don't mean I'm anti anybody else because I want all human beings to come together. It's the same movement that Fred Hampton did, where he was trying to align everybody. But because once you want everybody together, that's when they really want to delete you. They love it when we stay separated, But anybody got it's Lawrence Fishburne. She said, who said The Matrix? Lawrence Fishburne, one of the best. He got another movie. There's a movie.
When he in the Matrix, it was the Matrix.
It was
Yeah,
The
he's
Matrix.
Morpheus.
But I think you didn't know his name. I think they were trying to get you because you didn't know
Oh,
his name.
sorry. Yeah, I'm bad with names.
But
y'all.
he got another movie, Hoodlum, that's fire. You will watch Hoodlum? Hoodlum is fire.
I never.
And then
seen
he
it.
was in a scary movie called Event Horizon. Y'all remember that movie?
I ain't
Where
see that.
where the spaceship goes back into it goes to hell for like a second and comes back. It's no.
Really?
They got to this spaceship and this spaceship went to hell and it came back and it was haunted. Y'all never seen Event Horizon?
Nah.
Yeah, that movie fire, man. With Morgan Freeman, that movie fire. I'm telling you, there's a lot of good movies. So many of our actors were slept on though, yo. Even the movie, you know what movie emotion? Higher Learning.
Oh yes. What is higher? What
And that's
is
why I never go
learning?
extreme.
Yes.
The end of that movie, when old dude, even though he seemed like he might be a little racist now, though, but
Oh
at the
yeah,
end-
dude from
Yo,
Friday, the white
when he
guy.
was like, it hurts, like hitting, man.
Yeah.
Yo,
You should
that
have a movie
movie-
night. You should have a movie night one night.
that movie when Tyra Banks screams and stuff, yo, that's one of the most like that movie.
That was Well, that why is still palpable.
Yeah.
Yo, it wasn't it, yo. Yo, it was crazy. Yeah, exactly.
Why
Yo,
is still palpable? You could still
it's crazy. But at least it was it wasn't too extreme because he was showing the perspective from how that kid got all the way to doing that as well too. It ain't like he was just born to hate, and at the end, he just wanted friends. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I truly believe that most of the time when people get in them type of situations as well too, is what you encountering. We're not born with that. You know what I'm saying? And I know that because I work with white kids, Asian kids, Arab kids. I have family members in all aspects of life. Like kids aren't born that way. It has to be instilled in them. You know, I was thinking about this yesterday. My sons and the way they behave, And I'd be like, how do we ever lose a sense of like remaining kids at the core? You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like, and I think the people who stay pure are the people who allow that kid to still be somewhere inside of them, and you keep a place in you that's pure, and you don't let that place become broken, and you always stay clean. And I think who said that? Maya Angelou was speaking on that one time on Oprah's show, where she was like, every human being, there should be a part of you that you keep that's clean inside of you, in case that's where you go when you go to meet God. You know what I'm saying? You know, and you don't compromise yourself to the point that you become the people that you speak against as well too, and not necessarily the people, but the behavior. You know what I'm saying? But and my little one is off the chain. I don't know, 6. I thought my little one was about to be innocent and peaceful. His name's Honest, but it means peace. It's spelled AANIS, right? And it's peaceful, and he's still loving and peaceful. Boy, he is off the chain, cuz like
how old is he?
11 months now. He about to turn a year, but he started walking in 10 months. But what I do with my kids, I put like obstacles in front of them, so I push their minds and I push them like their physicality. Like I kind of got him to start climbing. Man, he climbing everything, and then he act like he 007. He be grabbing the couches and stuff now. I mean, he climbing stuff he shouldn't be climbing.
And pull up on it,
or pull down on it. But when I say he off the chain, stop. That's my house. Stop. All this. Stop. Hey man, stop. Hey yo, stop, son. Stop. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like he getting in every, but I love it. Like you want a kid like that, the kid who's observant and wants to get into everything and curious, because the more you love your kids, the more they want to be in touch with other things and get to know the world. And the more you damage them or neglect your kids, the more they, in a sense, don't want to be connected. They'll be more to themselves instead of wanting to discover the world. But I mean, I say stop, but at the same time, I want them to be that way too. But God dang, boy, stop. Boy.
I don't miss those days. But then they turn 15. Then they turn 15 and it becomes another different style.
I had to buy them little things, the little, you child-proof everything. I need more we didn't already child-proof. We got a child-proof on top of child. This kid off the chain, but I'm telling y'all, man, like he getting into everything. And I might have to put some weights on him so he stopped climbing everything too. He about to turn a year, but I would not think all that was coming out my little son. You know what I'm saying? Like, I thought he was supposed to be the angel.
What number of child is he? He your second or your third?
The second one. I want 100.
Lord have mercy.
I want to pop them out like hotcakes.
You want a colony?
I want a colony. You know what I'm saying? I want to whatchamacallit? What's the other word I'm looking for? A commune. No, not a commune. What's the word I'm looking for? A combine. Not a combine.
You think it's gonna be
I want a compound. I'll be like, hey kids, it's time to eat. And it's like 50 of them.
Oh my God.
That's how my dad used to come out. Yo, y'all remember that too growing up? Like the fathers used to call you from way up the street. Like the daddies, like we used to just, and the way black people always, our voices like trumpets. I never seen white people moving like that, but I know when I was growing up. Hey, Six!
Right.
Hey, CEO! You know what I'm saying? Like, we always move like that, But that's a whole nother story as well, too. But let's get out of here, man. I'm holding y'all too long. We being a little nostalgic. My brother, Derek Gaines with the $5 super chat. Lois Fishburne, what was in Event Horizon, not Morgan. Who said Morgan Freeman? Ain't nobody say no Morgan.
Sorry, I might have went to go to say Morgan Freeman.
Smatter Rose, I know you ain't said that was Morgan Freeman.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry.
That's on your side. They getting you. You might have said Morgan Freeman because you think he the only black man in everything, huh? Any black man in the movie is Morgan Freeman. Who played the iRobot? Morgan Freeman.
My favorite movie is Shawshank Redemption. That's one of my favorite movies.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, sorry, but their characters, they're as deep. So my bad, y'all. Don't hold it against me. I'm bad with names.
Do you remember that Morgan Freeman movie, Independence Day?
He's funny.
Yo, you're there because you get
funny.
That was Will Smith in Independence Day. Why y'all doing me like that? See, that's messed up.
It's all right, man. I'll see y'all later, man. Peace out to y'all.
All right,
man.
peace,
I
man.
love
Peace.
y'all. Good
All right,
night.
hold on. Let me hit the lion, man. Let the lion put us to sleep, man.